Hello, hello, my dear friends, you've reached Elena's bar. The best place on the internet, the very best by far. She'll help improve your fitness, but there's also so much more. 'Cause here are just a few things that this channel has in store. There's barre and there's Pilates and there's belly dancing too. And many styles of yoga, so I'm sure there's one for you. Then watch her practice pianist string from right within her home. She's in such big condition, she'll outrun the metronome. Elenasbarre, Elenasbarre. They're the best place on the internet, the very best by far. It's not just the piano, but the ukulele too. The guitar and violin are even more that she can do. She does so many different things, it's hard not to lose track. I nearly didn't mention that she posts on her Substack. Elenasbarre, Elenasbarre. The best place on the internet, the very best by far. Yet controversial topics may be brought up for discussion, but try not to provoke her or she'll swear at you in Russian. And sometimes certain topics can make quite a big impression. So remember, you take part at your own risk and your discretion. Elenasbarre, Elenasbarre. The best place on the internet, the very best by far. You might even meet Elena if you're quite a loyal fan. She's got a fixed male cat, but she's so desperate for a man. We've really got it all, and you couldn't ask for more. So sit right back and watch Elena shave a 3 or 4. Elenasbarre, Elenasbarre. The best place on the internet, the very best by far.
Hello, hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to Elena's Barre, the resurgence of sanity. How are you doing, guys, today?
Another good day, except it's really cold here.
Oh, yeah, it's getting cold here too. Nick, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I can't see myself on the screen at all.
Oh my gosh.
I need to
Yeah,
cancel, save on the thing, add item.
can you cancel? Well, you can cancel it for now, but then you will have to reopen. Yeah, guys,
I'll reload.
we were trying to figure out how to show today's presentations. These are going to be my detailed notes for the upcoming topic. Today we are talking about the Barbie movie that I happened to watch last week. Oh, here you go. Here we can see you now. I'm just explaining to people why they can't see you. And I usually struggle showing my own presentations here. So next time I'm going to just use the Word document to write my notes, not being fancy and using this presentation. Anyway, guys, today we have an interesting topic as usual. We are talking about the Barbie movie. You haven't watched this movie, right, guys?
No.
No.
No, okay, well, don't waste your time. I'm going to tell you everything that's happened there. And yeah, guys, if you watched this movie, we might do a short call-in session where you can share your thoughts and observations about this movie towards the end of this live stream, okay? And we are also going to talk about marriage today. Is it worth it for men? And yeah, we'll have a lot of fun. Are you excited?
Oh, of course.
Oh, good.
Hardly able to contain myself.
I know, right? There is only one right answer here.
Industry topics today.
Well, these are two interesting topics, and I'm going to draw a parallel between Barbie and the real world. But I think this is what actually the director was trying to do too. And I did watch the interview with her after she was crucified, and people did not enjoy that movie. And let's say, you know what? I'm not a fan of it. Okay, I'm not a fan of that movie either. But there are some things to think about in that movie. And the first time when I was watching the reviews, they were basically trashing that movie, or it's just feminism and it's the propaganda. And I thought so too, based on those reviews, until I watched it myself, you know. And it's not that I've changed my mind about this movie, but there are more details in this movie that I was talking about. Okay, so this is what we will do. We will try to look at it from psychological and objective standpoints. And you know what? There are a few things that she got there right. Okay, but the main fact that the real world, how she portrays this as patriarchy and evil misogyny, it's not true. Okay, so she got it wrong there. But we will get into the details.
Boogeyman. The boogeyman. The boogeyman's not true.
Yeah, well, I mean, we don't live in a patriarchal society. As bad as it sounds for the feminists, we are not having it so bad, ladies. Okay, it's just the fact.
Well, is it true? Well, okay, I'll agree with you. It's not true. But what is true is women believe it's true.
Well, yeah.
The feminists believe it's true because they say everything through their feminist lens, and therefore everything confirms this, and they can blame all their problems on the patriarchy. So therefore, in their minds, it is absolutely true.
Oh, yeah. They are delusional. This is what delusional people do. They truly believe. They would. Somebody was saying that, well, they would lie and they wouldn't pass the lie detector. You know what? They would actually pass the lie detector because they truly believe their own delusions. Okay. And I did a show a while ago, Marry Me podcast, on my YouTube channel, where I was using kind of a playful lie detector, and I was asking women those questions about their body count, about like the typical questions that we ask women in the red pill community, right? Can they cook? Can they clean? And then now we see the LARPing trad wives cooking, and not so much cleaning videos, ladies.
I've yet to date a woman that has ever cooked better than me.
I know. It's probably true. My dad actually was a better cook than my mom was. My mom only knew how to make a few things.
No.
I'm not saying that she was horrible. No, like she knew how to make a couple of things. But my dad, in general, was a better cook.
Now, have I had women that could cook better than me want to date me? Yes, but they're whales, and I'm like, nope.
Well, yeah, they are. They go to the other extreme there. Yeah, I mean, it's true. You know, my husband is certainly a better cook than me. He can do meat. He can do fish. I know how to do some things, but I'm not great at it. Okay.
Oh.
This is why I don't post. I don't LARP. You know, I don't post like the cooking videos, and especially the baking. They don't even show like how they cook things per se, like making steak or meat, you know, or things like that require more time to actually work and do it, rather than like, oh, look at me, yeah, here I am. Oh, bacon looks so cute and yummy. Okay, guys, let's get into it. Welcome everyone to our. Okay, Nick, can you scroll it down a little bit? I did change the thumbnails, so now we can see.
Yeah, hold on. I had my grinder on for coffee. I got to share the screen. Scroll down. All right. Uh-oh.
Oh, that's okay.
Wrong.
That looks
Well,
good too. Okay.
Okay.
So here are my detailed.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Detailed notes for the Barbie movie.
There you go.
Okay.
I should be able to see it that way.
Yeah, we can see it that way. Awesome. Thank you, Nick. Okay,
No
so
problem.
I'm going to describe the plot for those of you who haven't watched this movie. You can watch it. It's available for free on Amazon right now. This is why I watched it. I didn't want to pay for it the moment it came out, because to buy the movie was like $34 back then. And I was like, I'm not paying for.
Whatever happened to like the $20 movies? Is that bad days gone by?
I don't know. It just maybe sometimes after a few years, when everyone talks about it, there is this spike, you know. and then it slows down, and then they release it for free. It happens to a lot of movies. This is why I'm not in a rush to buy.
It'll be in the $5 bin, won't it? At Walmart eventually.
Yeah, eventually, yeah. Somewhat. Or they will be available for free, but with a lot of ads. You know, that movie that I
okay.
watched, it had a lot of ads. Like basically you watch for like 10 minutes and then there is a 5-minute ad, you know, and it's like you're watching it on a regular TV, you know, lots of ads.
Yep.
So yeah, but it was good for me because I was taking notes anyway. So okay, Barbie lives in her Barbie land, in a cute house, and she dismisses Ken, and everyone worships her, loves her, pedestalizes her. So the ideal female world, okay. And then she's in charge. She meets this weird Barbie that talks about reality, or like she has a weird dream. Something happens there, and then she decides to go into the real world. And suddenly Ken, because he's obsessed with her, he ends up being in the back of her car. So she's driving him. She's in charge. She doesn't want him to go, you know, but then he's like, well, you'd be better off if somebody else was with you, basically. So the premise of the movie is that in the delusional Barbie world, she's in charge, right? And other Barbies are in charge. In the real world, it's evil patriarchy, okay? She doesn't like that men are like animals, constantly sexually objectifying her in the real world. And then they're not treating her like she deserves to be treated. She doesn't get her princess treatment, right? And then in the real
Will a woman
world,
ever get her princess treatment? Really?
well, it's never enough. It's never enough.
There you go.
They don't see it as princess treatment. This is why I'm saying it to women, but I think they don't click there because it's like, well, it's just bare minimum, right? This is why I call
The
them.
glass is always half empty. Glass is always half empty.
Right. It's they are never satisfied. The more they get, the less they are happy about it. Okay, and they always want more. So, yeah, like you said, it's never full. It's empty. Okay, and then you have to refill it constantly. So in the real world, people respect Ken for who he is by himself, without Barbie. You know, and he kind of likes this feeling, so he tries to bring it back into the Barbie world. And Barbie in the real world, she meets a mother and a daughter who are helping her to escape the evil CEO who tries to put her back in the box where she originally was, right? So that they could package her and sell her because she's a doll, right? And Barbie initially thought that she was perfect. She was entitled and delusional, of course, and but she doesn't think that way, of course. And then she never wanted anything to change. So she was a stereotypical Barbie, okay? Like your stereotypical female, entitled and delusional, right? And then she always wanted to be, the stereotypical Barbie after she chose to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, basically. Yeah, like the real world, here is the real world for you. Do you want to see it? Yes, but I don't want to take any accountability for it, right? So,
Elena,
mhm.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I mean, all us men have dealt with women on a date or wherever, or a wife or ex-wife. Where do you want to go out to eat? I don't know. I can't make up my mind. So they can never make up their mind about anything, but yet the woman thinks she should be in charge. Could you explain that to me?
I don't want to be in charge, so I'm probably like from female standpoint. Well, it's never enough. It's back to Genesis 3.
Guy needs to take a woman to a place and then demonstrate dominant masculine behavior and let the waitresses hit on him.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I know Elena doesn't like that. That's why I said that.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's true. What do you want me to say? You know, I may not like the truth, but it's still truth. I can't ignore it. You know, it's still there. So yeah. Well, it's in the female nature. The entitlement and delusion are in the female nature, guys. And like, if you let women rule, they will end up being in the Barbie land, in the delusional cuckoo land. And
I got
like
that song stuck in my head.
Here's the funny thing. If that happens, guy takes his girlfriend or wife out to eat, and the women are flirting with him. What's going on? They're competing with that woman that sits across from him. I fear she's better than me, but if I can steal her man, then I'm better than her. So it's competition with the woman. So the whole reason that a waitress would be flirting, it has nothing to do with the husband, or a little to do.
Oh yeah, I
he
know
can
that.
have some charisma and a little bit of dominance, but the fact that he exhibits that and is with a beautiful woman is the reason other women are going to hit on him. So when if you're out with your husband, for women who are out with their husband, if he's being hit on, it's not about him, it's about you. It's completely female behavior.
I know it's female. This is why I didn't take it on him. You know, it wasn't his fault, and I knew it. And you know what? There was a story my sister actually told me. It happened to her friend from Germany. She's from the former Soviet Union country. I don't know which one specifically, because we kind of used to be like brothers and sisters there, but she speaks Russian. Okay. And so she decided to visit her family in Russia. And then she brought her exotic husband, who is German. She brought him to Russia.
Bad idea.
And they went to the nightclub to celebrate with your friends. You know, like, she was among your friends and with your husband. And you know what happened there? She said, like, she was sending all of these bitches away, you know, because they were coming after her husband. The ring didn't matter to them. They didn't care. In fact, if one woman already pre-selected that man, it must mean that he's good. Okay, so the desperate Russian women, you know, statistics, you can't fight it. Okay, it is what it is. There are more. There used to be even by 10%. There were always more women in Russia than men. That's just true. Now it's even worse, of course. But yeah, so they are in the nightclub, and she's saying, like, fuck off, bitch, he's my husband. They get into the cat fight, you know? They're like literally like over a man, you know, like they are doing it there. And of course the German guy, he's like, wow, that's so interesting. Because he has never experienced that in Germany, where women would ever fight for a man like that. I'm not saying that all parts in Russia are like that. Maybe it wasn't Russia. Maybe it was, like I said, it could be a different former Soviet Union country, but like that, the mindset is like similar, you know. So yeah, she didn't like it, so they stopped going to those places, and they stopped visiting her country, you know. And yeah, because it's like, okay, I have to basically defend my husband, like against other women out there. And I'm sure he didn't mind it. It was a new experience for him, because in Europe, women don't do this things. I mean, like they do maybe like other behind each other's backs, but not like up front and like really like trashing and throwing shit at each other, you know. But yeah, it can happen. It's one of the reasons why we didn't go to my country, you know. So yeah, you go, you bring your man there, and it's like,
they call it mate guarding.
Yeah, it's not the man's fault. It's just female nature. This is what women do.
No.
Yeah.
Well, guess who's here?
Oh, Plutarch made it. Yes. I was just okay. Is he here? Let me add him. Hi, darling.
I'm awake.
You are awake barely.
Yeah, we're telling about taking the man demonstrating a masculine dominant presence at a restaurant, and then other women hitting on him.
It's what they do, guys.
Yeah. And Plutarch, he was sleeping in, but he didn't want to miss out on this exciting topic of talking about the Barbie movie.
Let me see, guys. Things I'd rather be doing right now. Gargling ground glass. Let's see. Watching dry paint dry.
It can't be that bad, darling.
It's Barbie.
I
It
know.
is that bad.
But look, like we're talking about the psychology in the characters here.
You're not selling it.
Okay, I know. Well, let's just go through it then. Okay, so yeah, she wants to be the stereotypical Barbie. She doesn't want anything to change, and she lives in her la la land, and up until she sees reality. Okay, in reality, women are well, in our real world. So here, women are in charge of the institutions because men have no legal. Nick, can you scroll it down, please?
Hey.
Okay. No legal authority to execute upon the natural authority over women and children. So this is the premise of the movie that she gets wrong, like completely wrong. Okay. But as for like psychological effects, how women behave, how men behave, not necessarily wrong there. Okay. And then Barbie encounters a mother with a daughter who help her escape the CEO from the Barbie company. Okay. And then this mother is crazier and more immature than her daughter is. She lives in her childhood. She used to play with the Barbie doll and she's obsessed about Barbies, and she immediately jumps into Barbie's defense. She wants to bail her out, save her. And then daughter, at first she's very suspicious, but then she kind of plays along with it. And, because sisterhood to pluralize. And then the mother is trying to escape the real world and helps Barbie to escape the real world as well and go back to the Barbie world. So from that CEO company that happens in real world, the Barbie is trying to get back to the Barbie land. Okay. So let's go forward. And then, okay. In the meanwhile, Ken was enjoying himself in the real world, and then he decided to bring those men with him into the Barbie world. Well, maybe to make it less delusional, okay? And then he invaded, how they portrayed, like he invaded her space, he invaded her delusional world and called it Kenland. Later, Kendom. I actually liked it. Okay, the fact that he did that. Okay, her strong, independent Barbie girlfriends in that Barbie land, they started serving the Kens, and the other man. We basically call the men the Kens. Okay, for the premise of this movie, and they seem to enjoy serving them. And then Barbie experiences existential crisis. She defaults to victimhood, of course, where her new friends from the real world tell her, you don't deserve what happens to you, what Ken did to you, so let's just fight him. Okay? And then at first, the weird Barbie tried to brainwash Barbie to like Ken, but it didn't work after she got exposed to the real world, where she saw the evil misogynists and patriarchs. Okay, so and then she says to everyone, basically, I'm not pretty anymore, I'm not the president, I can't do brain surgery, I'm not good enough for anything. It's after she encountered the real world and then the power was taken away from her. Here you go. Then her new sisters, girlfriends, right, are guessing her up. Oh, you're so smart, you're so beautiful, you're so extraordinary. And in the real world, it's too contradictory. Everything is the woman's fault. You tied yourself up into a knot so that people would like you, and then you should fight Ken, basically. Okay. Isn't it what women do in real life too with each other? I mean, like this aspect of the movie, she actually got it pretty right, I would say, in terms of like how women interact with each other. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Barbie and
You
her
put on a
new...
black belt. I haven't watched the movie, so when you say fight, I'm thinking like, is this verbal warfare or is this?
Oh, it's more devious than that. Okay. So Ken basically took her power away, right? He called it Kenland or Kendom. Basically, they have to fight through legal means, guys. It gets more devious. Okay, so let's look into it. Okay.
Legal.
It's
So if he's
legal
king of
fight.
Kenland, why does it have to be legal means?
Well, it's the Constitution. It's it was
If he has power.
right. So at first it was the Barbie Constitution that was imposed there, the Barbie rules, right? The matriarchy, basically. But then Ken converted into a patriarchy, but the final decision had to be made where they would go and defend their constitution. Whoever jumps in to defend would win. So Ken had technically equal chances to win that, but because of what women did to him, and we will get into it, this is how women fight.
So it's not really legal. It's just verbal warfare instead of the assertion of power.
It's assertion of power, but it does involve...
If it's a real assertion of power, she would lose every time.
Okay.
Unless she puts on her black belt and thinks, hey, I can just whip up on this man because, hey, my dojo person said I'm a black belt and therefore no man is a threat to me.
Well, it's not the physical fight itself. Okay, it's the verbal fights, like you said. It's the laws. It's fighting for the laws. Okay, who is in charge, basically? Who is in charge of things? Okay. So yeah, you should fight Ken. You should get your power back. You should get your Barbie land back, your Barbie house, everything. You should get your order back. So it's the matriarchy, the gynocentric social order, instead of the evil patriarchy. Okay.
Right.
And then Barbie and her new girlfriends, they view what Ken did as propaganda, brainwashing of the women. Women were brainwashed by evil patriarchs, misogynists, to serve them. So they decide to fight back and take the Barbie land back from Ken and other Kens. Basically, take it back from men. Okay, scroll down.
So which brainwashing?
Well, the brainwashing would be that Barbies were serving Kens, and they were in their mind. Okay, it's all in the Barbie's mind. They were not supposed to do that. They were not supposed to brainwash women into serving them, into...
So Barbie needs to brainwash the women?
No,
the men were brainwashing the women.
The
only reason the women were serving the men is because obviously the men used evil brainwashing to cause the women to do that.
Yes.
So even though the women seemed happy doing this new role, they were really just brainwashed. They were Stepford. They were like the Stepford wives.
Yes. Steve got it. Yes.
I haven't seen the movie, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, it got a lot of criticism, but when you actually analyze the psychology of those things, she was describing it pretty well. I was actually amazed, like I was surprised, but I disagree that I disagree with the premise that the real world is the patriarchy, but everything else, like in terms of psychology, how women fight, I think she got it. So she described it pretty well there. Okay, let's scroll down. And I know I'm not going to make friends by saying this, but it's actually, like, if you analyze it here. Okay, how do they fight Ken and Kendom? How do Barbies fight? Well, of course, how do Barbies fight Ken and Kendom? Sisterhood, yes. They try to take other compliant Barbies in a serving mode, the ones who were brainwashed by the evil Kens, away from Kens and other men. Oh, isn't it what?
White knights and simps.
Isn't it? but okay, let's just assume for a moment that all Kens were evil patriarchs, right? All Kens are evil men.
All men are evil. Yeah.
Even the Sims, okay, they are still evil in the female mindset, right? In the Barbie's mindset. So we have to take out those Barbies, bring them back into the lone house, so that we can win this fight. Okay, we can win this fight. We unite and we win them. Okay. And this is what they did to other Barbies. So even those serving Barbies that they were happy serving these men, right? The Barbie still wanted to take them. And it's mostly like the women. Barbie wasn't actually sure herself, like she was like, well, I like him, but I don't want to hurt him. So she was appealing to her virtues, there. But then...
Well, yeah, okay. This is just all subversive. Happens all the time.
Yes.
Women try to subvert their girlfriends to destroy the girlfriend's relationship so they can become single and happy and actually be as miserable as the women who are doing it. It happens every day in the real world.
Yes,
but now Barbie is bringing real world behavior back into Barbie land so the women can again assert control.
Yes.
Like Steve says, so like in a marriage, right? Oh, she's serving her husband. This is bad. He should not have his own household, where he's the patriarch and he's taking care of things, and his daughters and his children and his wife is serving him and happy. No, we got to convince them that they're not really happy while making them seem complacent, and then destroy the family for their freedom.
Yeah, that's right. And here, Barbie and her friends, they brainwashed the other Barbies back into matriarchy, into the lone house. It's manipulative reproductive suppression, something we've discussed with Dr. Denis Sulikovsky. Okay, hold on here. They take away one Barbie at a time from those Kens who is serving them. They are like, can I talk to you for a moment? Or let me show you. And then they take you away. Basically, they drag you out, like in some cases, even physically, And that is so true. Like in real life, this is actually how women interact. And then they propagate her with their own narrative. Okay. And then later they convinced all Barbies and they say to them, have Kens believe you are complacent, you're compliant, and then take your power back. Okay. And then they use their female influence and subversion, like Steve mentioned, to sell the femme power narrative to other Barbies. The unrestrained women are very gullible. So basically you can deprogram or reprogram women with enough effort, enough time. But if you try to program them into patriarchy, there should be some external rules imposed on them, because even women respect power, they respect if a man has the dominance and control. So it wouldn't work if you try to apply all of those techniques, like money muscles game, even on women, to make them serve you if the laws were not on your side. You know what I mean? So then Barbie slightly hesitates by appealing to her virtue. Or what if he doesn't like me? And then their mother tells you, no, he likes you. Or the daughter tells you, I don't remember who exactly, but the idea is that. And then she says, I don't want to hurt him. And then look what ladies tell her. He took your house. He brainwashed your friends. He wants to control the government.
Oh, he's a man.
That's use of rationalization to get her to do what they want and actually hurt him. And then, since she's rationalizing it, that justifies whatever she does, whatever pain, destruction, hurt she causes. It's all rationalized, and justified.
Mm-hmm.
And this happens in the real world all the time, too.
Yeah, well, this is why I'm saying, like, she actually did get these things right, you know? And then every single Barbie is deprogrammed from that evil propaganda, the evil patriarchal propaganda.
Oh, with
So,
her own propaganda.
well, right. This is what they don't say, but you know, that's the idea. Okay, let's scroll down. We are almost done here, like with the plot, okay, with the main idea of the movie. So, how do Barbies get their power back? They turn cans against each other. And you know what? This is actually an interesting point how she decided to approach it. And I'm talking about like the movie director, you know. So they turn the cans against each other. This is how women take power. And look what happens in real life. The red con men against the red pill guys, even against the other pills. They turn different factions of red pill, like PUA, married red pill, MGTOW, black pill guys, against each other. They disenfranchise them, and then it works because men allow it to happen, and men are too busy fighting each other, and they are losing the big they are losing the war, basically, you know, because they are so hyper focused on like who is right, who has more chicks, you know, like who has better this, better that, you know, better money, muscles, game, and everything, right? And then women, in the meanwhile, they take away the power through constitution and through the government, you know, because like, yeah. And that I saw one lady made a post on Twitter saying that men should go to war because then they will become more masculine, because they are no longer masculine. It's like you are basically suggesting to kill a bunch of innocent men. You're pure evil, you know. And women create distractions for men.
It's
You
a
know?
little more nuanced than that.
Okay, go
Remember,
for it. Mhm.
remember, women want to see, they want to stand at the finish line and choose the winner. Well, war looks a lot like selecting the winner, because he who survives war is clearly strong. Now, since the age
Oh,
of
not really true.
well, right, since the age of firearms, it's not really true, because your death is now more random than anything else. It's who got a beat on you and was able to pull the trigger quick first, right? You know, that's, but women's psychology has not caught up to this fact, and because they have not fought in the wars, they are largely unaware of it. So that's what's actually going on here. Now, the fact that the Barbie girl who wrote this doesn't get that doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that she didn't get it, you know.
I'm going to criticize this part. Turn different factions of the red pill, PUA, blah blah blah, against each other. Yeah, if they're not, maybe a red pill adjacent guy, you might be able to turn against each other. But even Dalrock says they come in this fight, and no, pretty much all the red pill will, if they're consistently, consistent with the truth of the red pill, they'll look at these guys trying to come in and they're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not worried about the red pill. Well,
no, the women will try to break it into notice, like okay, some women will fall towards one faction of the red pill or the other. It depends, and then they will want men to fight. I'm not talking about like what men will do here. I'm talking about what women will do here. Okay, so women will want men to fight over women in those specific factions, and then protect those women in those specific factions. Like PUA guys will always defend the public horse because this is more horse for them to spin, right? I mean,
not always.
Okay, here is the thing. Women are not they're not strategizing to do this. Oh, we need to turn these factions against other factions. No, They're just in there being destructive and being the one woman at the finish line. She wants to dominate all other women and subvert them so she can be the one woman at the finish line. She sows discord among the men, and then she's like a catalyst. And then shit happens. The catalyst doesn't have a strategy. It's just there causing this. Now, certain men, like all the red pill guys, they develop some immunity to this feminist influence. So it doesn't always work with them, but sometimes it does.
Yeah.
But there's no women are not thinking that this is their strategy doing it. Just by their presence, it happens.
It just happens. Yeah. Well, yeah, true. They don't do it on a conscious level. It's just what they are and how they operate. And you could see it even in the group dynamic, like in school, or I definitely noticed it. And we had more guys and more men in my class than the girls. Technically, like each girl would have like 2 or 3 men, to choose from. But no, they wanted like the best guys, like they were fighting for the best guys. They didn't want like the average man out there, right? So yeah, they will always try to get the best they can get. And how can they do it? Well, through distraction, through other means. So yeah, okay, let's move on here. How else do women get what they want? Through manipulation, gaslighting, and love bombing. Okay, here it's interesting. Okay, Barbie says Keans are better at ruling. I'm ready to be your casual commitment girlfriend. Oh, doesn't it sound familiar with this ThreadCon and Thread vibes?
I don't understand casual commitment. She
Casual
said that?
commitment. Yeah, she did say it to Ken. Okay, so when she tries to get her power back, she comes to Ken and she basically gaslights him and love bombs him. She says, "Oh, Ken's are so much better at ruling. I'm ready to be your casual commitment girlfriend."
In other words, it's casual on her side, but committed on his side.
Yeah, but she doesn't think that far. Okay, she wants Ken to lose his frame, to let her in, so that later she can do all other things. For she can keep manipulating him into doing what she wants him to do when he's not thinking about the big picture. He is not thinking about what's next, why is she doing these things to me? He doesn't challenge this statement that she makes.
Yeah.
So, and Ken says to her, I have to think about it at first, but then in a moment he's like, oh, okay, come in, I'll play the guitar for you. Sounds like Sims. Okay, here, ThreadCon man, this LARPy Thread wives, or ThreadCon women. Oh, men are kings. We are supposed to bring love, peace, and respect, and do all of those nice things for a man. It's love bombing, okay? And then the ThreadCon man, the men without frame, what do? Oh yeah, let's applaud to these women. Let's bow down to them. They are saying the socially acceptable things. Let us serve you, ladies. Let us play the guitar for you. Do you see the similarity? And then all Barbies, they get the same message to leave their Kens. Okay, sorry, I did miss a few points here. So the result is that all Kens are simping for their Barbies. They are playing the guitars for them. And then the ladies in charge tell them, give them their dream come true. And at the peak of their happiness, take it all away. This is the advice that women get, that Barbies got, how to get
What
their
happens
power
in
back.
what happens in real life?
Well, it's the
Women will
same
marry a
thing.
guy, and he'll get to where he needs, have so many resources, blah blah blah. Oh, now I'll take it all away. And then they wonder, oh no, I can't find a good man. Men aren't lining up for this anymore. That's reality. But they're not thinking through the end result. Give them their dreams come true, and at peak of their happiness, take it all away. So why would men line up? Why would men keep lining up for that?
Well, but see, in a patriarchal world, what you say makes sense. In a matriarchal world, it doesn't matter what men say and men do, because if the laws are on a woman's side, it doesn't matter. So she gets what she wants, in the short term. I'm not arguing like long-term consequences here. But the result is that, okay, Steve, hold on.
Yep.
Because you're making noise. Go ahead.
It happens even before a divorce. She gives him all the sex he wants in the courting stage. Then he commits, they get married, and then all of a sudden, now she gets power by withholding that which she gave freely to get him.
Exactly. So this is the same thing that happens in real life, guys. I think she got it right there. You give men what they want, you tell men what they want to hear. It will work on the men that have no frame, for sure, they will give into it. And this is the manipulation, this is the love bombing that the church ladies, the tradcon women, the trad wives are using against men. And then based on the laws, if the laws support women, you take the power away from him. Yes, at any moment you can leave this guy because you are being paid to do so. And then all Barbies, while they're sitting listening to the guitars, they get the same message on their phones to leave Kens, and they all leave their Kens. And then the idea is to play on their egos and play them against each other. So they're trying to play on men's egos and play them against each other. Kens are united in different groups to fight other Kens. Using tennis rackets. It's kind of in a playful format. They are distracted with this war, and they are competing against each other. They're wasting their time, and they don't realize what's been done to them. Okay,
Like the Trojan War. Oh, in history, there's the book called the Iliad, right? Aftermath is called the Odyssey. So in the Iliad, it was what? Helen of Troy, this beautiful woman. The guy takes the woman. She's depending on how you take it. Versus the popularized versions or the old versions. So, did she go willingly? I don't know. Can't remember which version. But he takes the woman, and so all the men fight each other. It was a massive bloodbath. And why couldn't they just kick this woman to the curb?
Well, they would
She's
fight over a
special.
whore. Yeah, they would fight over a whore, and then this is what men do, It's just the cycle. When you understand it, when you get it, like, you can say no to this. But again, most men are not going to view it the same way you do. So yeah, in the meanwhile, women put their constitution back. So Barbies reinstated the Barbie land constitution and disinfected the houses from men that Kens occupied. In the end, this is how it ends. So while Kens were fighting each other, what did Barbies do? Well, they presided in court. They defended their constitution. They reinstated their rights, and then Kens lost. Okay. Let's scroll forward. There are a few notes there as well. Okay, so yeah, the ending is Ken is crying, and Barbie tells him, "It's okay if you cry, Ken. I get it. Being vulnerable is okay, basically. This is the same narrative I keep hearing from the TradCon ladies, the church ladies. Oh, just make your house welcoming so that a man feels more comfortable to open up and to express himself, to like be vulnerable, yeah, be more like emotionally available, or some other crap that they add there. And then Ken says, I always thought this would be our house. He tells this to Barbie after he lost the war. And see, I point out here that he had some idealistic love and thoughts about this relationship. And Barbie says, I'm really sorry. I took you for granted. Yeah, I know, right? But like, watch the hypocrisy here. I'm really sorry. I took you for granted. Not every night should be girls' night. Like, and this is what the TradCon women are doing. They're like, oh yes, we took men for granted. You need to give him some peace, some respect, a little bit of appreciation for his efforts. Some intimacy to keep him on the porch so that he shuts up and he never mentions the injustice in the divorce court. He never thinks about the laws. Women don't want men to think about those things. This is why they are willing to give any intimacy at all, and say like, okay, ladies, come on, just keep him happy, all he needs, all man needs is this. And it's always about needs. It's not what men want, but like, he needs your touch, he needs your peace, he needs this, he needs that from you. And you are the only source where he can get it from.
Oh.
Okay, keep
Jesus.
going.
Let's go this one, Ken. It's Barbie and Ken. I only exist in the warmth of your gaze. Without you, I don't exist. You're exactly right, Elena. He's a sin.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a reversion of the creation order in 1 Corinthians chapter 11, where it's God, Christ, the office mediator, man and woman, and the woman is the glory of man. Instead, here, the man only exists in the warmth of her gaze. It's woman, then man. Without you, I don't exist. Woman, then man.
Yeah.
So man, then woman. It's a complete reversion of the created order.
It is, yeah. He basically falls, after he lost that war, he falls under her charms. He gives up, and then, yeah, he doesn't want to fight back or anything. And but this is what many men do today still.
Happy wife, happy life is what
Exactly.
it's saying.
Yeah, exactly. And then
So
Barbie.
So why did he have to make it Ken Land in the first place?
To impress her, I guess. Because if he wasn't willing to go till the end and reinstate his rights and the rights of other Kens, like I'm looking at it from the female, for lack of a better term, logic, like female viewpoint, how I would approach it. Okay, if a man is doing some things like money muscles game, but he has no frame, he doesn't act upon what he believes, and he's not in a full mode fight against like the delusions and bullshit, right? Then he's not serious, he's not committed to what he's doing. He tried to impress me so that I would look at him. Yes, he's strong and capable, but then isn't it what many men end up doing? Like, they work on their money muscles game until a woman pays attention to him, then he marries her, and then his frame, whether it existed to begin with or not, it's a separate question, but he lost his dominance in that relationship because he got the woman, and she was his main goal, she was his main purpose and mission. Yeah, this is why I think he fought to begin with. he
Yeah,
didn't
but they
fight.
don't say why he fought.
Well, yeah, they don't say why he thought. Yeah, we can only speculate, but
It says simps. We were only fighting because we don't know who we were. Is that from the movie?
yeah, it is actually a phrase from the movie. Yeah, the Sims. I don't remember who exactly said it. I think it was Ken who said it, guys. I was taking notes and it was like, okay, because the movie was running. So yeah, we only rebelled against matriarchy because we were men, not your slaves, and they want to be female slaves, basically. Right? This is what it says. Otherwise, we wouldn't have rebelled against you. We wouldn't have fought. We wouldn't have called it kingdom. We would be just under your frame.
No, this is the life of pretty much many corporate men with HR Karens at the head.
Yeah.
That's why you just need to get out from that. Just have
Get out.
in real life, men just need to like do their own thing, be who they are, don't submit to the matriarchy, and the HR Karens have nothing to do with HR.
Yeah.
Well, didn't we say that last week, Nick? Just men need to, or 2 weeks ago, men need to get away from. Men need to get away from high-paying corporate jobs, and it's like, yeah, but I won't be able to have a family. Yeah, you're right, you won't.
Yep.
And
but
then
you also won't be a slave, a wage slave.
exactly. Yeah. Well, and then she also tells him, maybe it's time to discover who Ken is without me, because he just told her, look, there is no me without you. It's usually Barbie and Ken. And then she tells him, maybe it's time to discover who Ken is. And then Ken looks at her in a very stupid way. And then Barbie continues, you have to figure out who you are without me. Maybe it's Barbie and it's Ken. So it's hyper individualism. I did talk to my husband about it. It's Nietzscheanism, right?
That's actually what happens to a lot of men they get married and the woman basically destroys all his time, all his hobbies. He has no time to see his friends, hang out with his friends, but she can go, hey, you're back home here. This is actually what happened to me. And I started complaining about saying this is not right. You come home, you worked all day, the women throw the kids on the man, right? Oh, I got mommy's night out or ladies' night out, and you're stuck babysitting these kids, and you're starting to think, when was the last time I just went out with my friends and hung out, just men?
That happened to me. My first ex-wife said when I got home, okay, I'm off duty, you're on duty. So I go from my job, working to support the family. Then I come home, and all of a sudden, okay, now she has free time. She can do what she wants. It's my. So I got 2 jobs. This was completely rational in her mind. And I dumb Steve, put up with it.
Too.
Yeah, well, I mean, they always seem to find a sucker who wants to do it for them. Nick, can you scroll it to the right, please? I'm trying to say, see what I said there. She wants to
trying to make it right.
Okay. She wants to be independent from him also. Well, it could also be like you and me, we are self-fulfilled people. We don't need each other, right? It's kind of androgynous in a way that she can be whatever she wants to be. She can be a man, she can be a woman, she can be a superstar, she can be a president, she can do all sorts of things. She can be whatever she wants, and then he can be whatever he wants, So
there's no hierarchy except when she wants it.
Well, yeah, true. Well, the hierarchy, when women say, okay, I don't want the hierarchy, when what they really say is that I want my hierarchy where I'm in charge and you are my subservient imbecile, you serve me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Servant leader. Ken needs to be a better servant leader, except without the leader part either.
Yeah. And then the company CEO shows up and he says, yeah, Ken is right to that phrase. We are fighting because we don't know who we are. You actually called it out, Darlene. Was it you who said the corporate men in the corporate environment should
Yes.
the corporate environment. So here, the CEO, the guy who was trying to put Barbie into the box in the real world, he says, "Yeah, Ken is right. Restore everything. Things should go back to the way they were. So matriarchy in charge, okay?" And then
Unless you want to end up living in huts one day. That's what matriarchy does.
yeah, I know.
Doesn't really innovate in general.
I know.
It's a,
So yeah, and then they propose a Barbie to be a female president, and a Ken, watch this, to be a lower judge under her presiding. She's the president and he's the lower judge. And then they say, oh my God, so, I really like I don't like it, but it's true, you know, guys. And then she says, well, Ken should start somewhere, right? Become a lower judge first, and then we'll see if we'll let you anywhere. But I'm still in charge. I'm still telling you what you are supposed to do, how you are supposed to take your decisions. And then the idea of it, it's okay to want things, feel good about yourself. It's going to make money, somebody says to the corrupt CEO, and he says, oh, awesome. And then the ladies ask, but what does Barbie get? She's in love with Ken. But Barbie says, I'm no longer in love with Ken. I'm not sure where I belong anymore. I don't like Barbie anymore.
When did that
Oh,
happen?
when he lost frame.
When did he lose frame?
All
Scroll back up.
right.
What's the first bullet point?
Ken is crying.
Yeah.
Guys, never cry, never show weakness to a woman, because first thing she's going to do is lose respect. And then as she gains more and more dominance and sees you as a weak man, she's going to have contempt for you as a man. And she's powerful now.
Mm-hmm.
Once she has contempt for you, all her caring about you goes out the window, and she will fall out of love, and she can do anything nasty to maintain her power. But in the process, scroll down a little bit more. I'm no longer in love with Ken. I'm not sure where I belong anymore. I don't feel like Barbie anymore. That is profound. She's not in love with the man. She no longer knows who she is. She doesn't know her place. She's unsettled. She's unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't feel like herself because she's in charge.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? That is.
But at the
profound, really.
beginning, she also didn't then she also didn't know where she was, because she was in charge at the very beginning of the movie in her La La Land.
Yeah. But was she happier when Ken was in charge?
No, she wasn't.
How do you know? She
Ken,
was fighting
okay,
against Ken.
Steve, according to the movie, based on the movie, Ken was never in charge.
Oh, okay.
He was never in charge. He wanted
Never had a
to.
chance.
Yeah, he lost his chance. Yeah,
He never had a chance.
exactly. Well, I mean, they started, and then if they were not dragged into this fight among other Kens, maybe he could actually win and impose Ken.
No. This is a
Ken's
problem.
boundaries.
He imposed natural order afterwards, not up front.
Yeah, true.
In the religion.
True. Yeah.
That's what happens to men, right? If you finally realize the truth, oh, well, this is the way my family's supposed to be. This is how men and women are supposed to be. If you try to do that after, not in the beginning of the relationship, but in the middle, or depending on where it is, but down the road in the relationship, chances are it's going to fail.
Yeah, true.
And lo and behold, it failed.
Yeah. So yeah, she doesn't love him anymore. She doesn't know who she is. And then Ruth Handler, the founder of Barbie, she says, but Barbie helped the mother and the daughter to connect. Well, that entitled delusional mother with her daughter. You remember at the beginning?
Mhm.
And then she says, ideas are forever, humans not so much. Humans make things up, patriarchy and Barbie, and then they die. So she says this to Barbie. Yeah, humans make up patriarchy.
Oh, so not God. Oh, okay. It's just this
Yeah,
made
I
up
know.
thing.
It's a made up thing, yes. Uh-huh.
So is egalitarianism also made up? If they
No,
I
Nick, they're
guess.
trying to say that egalitarianism is the natural order.
Oh yeah, the
That's been a trope of communism since literally Marx.
yeah, they can't prove it at
No,
all.
so they just state it as fact.
Oh.
It's true, absolutely true, because women feel it and want it to be true. And therefore, since other women also want it to be true, it's provable. And there's your facts to support that egalitarianism is the actual truth.
And they have this nice movie to propagate that idea.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. And then Barbie says, I want to be part of people. And then Ruth responds, I always knew that Barbie would surprise me one day. Barbie says, I want to be a human. So Ruth tells her, well, then hold my hands now and feel it. And then they are showing women chatting, celebrating social events and everything. And then Barbie leaves the plastic world and she went to the real world. And Ruth is telling her, you got this, girl. Uh-huh. And then Barbie in the real world, in the clinic, I'm here to see my gynecologist. This is how the movie ends, guys. Okay.
Oh, did she get knocked up?
I don't know. They don't say it.
Oh,
Well, because she's a Barbie, so she technically she couldn't drink tea. She couldn't drink water like in real life.
Right.
She's still a doll, right? So she
She-
doesn't have the organs.
She had no lady bits.
Exactly.
Barbie doesn't have any lady bits. So
Hmm.
she's going to become a real woman. She's got to get those things taken care of.
Yeah, I think this is where they were
Okay.
hinting at. Yeah, they don't specify why she's there, but I think Steve is right. Yeah.
So, like,
So
from my limited knowledge, I've noticed that a lot of gynecologists are really like part of the feminist priesthood.
Are they the feminist priesthood, whether they're male or female?
I don't know, but especially female.
yeah, the female ones, yeah. I have a decent gynecologist, but she always asks me this question, like, do you have the same sexual partner? Like every single time. Well, they have to ask by law, you know. So you can be honest, like women can be honest with their gynecologist because that information is protected by the non-disclosure.
Right.
Right.
You
But
can tell her that you're cheating on me, and she can't tell me that you're doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
but
But
she also,
But
I'm
if-
sure she also asks this question: is your husband beating you or abusing you?
is he demanding?
No, my
Because they're
gynecologist is
required.
actually
they
I
were
don't think she
required
ever
to-
asked me that. Yeah.
Well, they're actually required to somehow ask questions to uncover domestic violence and report it.
Oh, so it's okay to not publicly, but like it's okay to report domestic abuse, let's say, but it's not
It's
okay,
not just okay, it's required
required.
by
Okay.
law.
Well, I mean, like, I'm just trying to evaluate like the logic behind that. So they
A
don't
lot of
mind
okay.
multiple partners, multiple sexual partners. Okay, we are quiet about
No,
that. But if he abuses you, we are going to report it.
and
Exactly.
this is how it goes. Well, is there something wrong with me? I don't want to f my husband, and he's asking me why, and oh, is he demanding you do this? Is he forcing you? Is he blah 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 blah? No, he's just he's pressuring me. Oh, that's SA,
Yeah.
and then they'll give her all the hotlines, all the information. They'll go down, get money from the uh they got like a human resources thing where they get federal funds to help these so-called women in trouble.
Right.
Oh, to help them leave their husband because he's wondering, why
Ultimately,
aren't you effing me?
Mm-hmm.
and men are clueless that this
Huh?
kind of uh, the system is in place to encourage women to feel bad about her husband, to disrespect the husband, to blame the husband for everything. And then that justifies whatever actions she wants to take and has all the resources at her fingertips to come in on her side to do battle for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And cover up all her promiscuity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we have in real life here, I'm just trying to draw some parallels based on what we saw in the movie, right? So the TradCon ladies, the church women, the trad wives, they say women and men are different from each other. So the least objectionable truth of the red pill, right? We want a servant leader because men are kings, right? Or something like that. And men deserve a good, godly wife who will treat them well, who will give them some appreciation, some respect, right? So this is the narrative that they are pushing right now. We want to be well taken care of, stay at home wives and mothers. Yeah, like I said, who show some appreciation for their men. We can get so much more by giving men some love, intimacy, and peace. And this is what Steve previously said, it's give to get. Right?
Sure. Yeah.
And then, of course, what do frameless men do? Or they publicly praise these women, they applaud, they bow down to them. Oh, you are not a feminist. Finally, a woman gets it. I got those same messages from guys, so I kind of know. And yeah, I'm analyzing the content and I see these messages all the time. And then, yeah, for saying the least objectionable truth and socially acceptable things without changing the laws and without having that desire to change the laws. These women are feminists, guys, because they don't want the laws to change. They're getting paid to leave their husbands on a whim. They are getting paid to ruin their families. They get automatic custody, alimony, and child support. They don't want the laws to change, but they are willing to sympathize with men and say, oh man, yes, you are awesome, you are kings. Yeah, you know what? So that you keep your mouth shut about the injustice in the divorce court, in the family law. You know what? We will give you, just to shut you up, we will give you some intimacy, some peace, some respect, and some appreciation. Just don't don't bother with changing the laws or anything. We don't want you to do that.
Sure. That all works until she develops contempt for the man. Then it's all over. And Dr. John Gottman back, I don't know, in the 90s, what was it, the four apocalypse of divorce or something like that. He could predict couples who were going to divorce by detecting the lack of respect in the woman and her growing contempt for him And with a 90% accuracy, he would predict a future divorce. Now, everybody can do that.
Yes, Steve,
You're
but
out with a couple and you detect that she has great disrespect and contempt and trivializes him. Make the mental prediction. Yep, they're going to be divorced, and you will find out that you were right most of the time. 90% of the time, you will be right.
yeah, well, women don't mind divorces. They don't care. Even the women who are promoting healthy marriages, there is no healthy marriage without the patriarch. If a patriarch can't execute upon his natural authority because the legal system chops his balls off, he's not a patriarch. He's not wearing the pants in the family. He can't lead you. And they are okay with that. They are okay with being in charge and then divorcing in a few years, and they don't see that the single cause, and this is something I talked to my husband about a few days ago. They don't see the single cause of unhappy homes, the family law. They don't want to address that. All of this thread wife, LARPing women for clout are attention-seeking women, and they don't want to change anything. They're comfortable with how things are. If they get divorced in a few years, too bad. Okay, too bad for man, because he lost such a precious gift. I'm taking his kids away from him because I get the automatic custody. I get the alimony and child support from him. I don't lose much. I gain. I get paid. This is how women view it.
Barbie world working just as it should.
Yeah, but the problem is when we bring this Barbie world into the real world, and then everyone
That's what I'm
automatically
saying.
starts women.
That's what I was saying. I don't know if you caught
Yeah.
it. I said Barbie world is working exactly as it should.
Yeah,
That is the real world.
exactly.
Yes, Barbie world is the real world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we allow this delusional, entitled women to preside in the institutions and to run everything. To be the president, like the woman is the president and the man is the lower judge. Okay, we'll give him some bone there so that he doesn't die, And then, the comments that I recently saw, simping for anti-feminist girl who says socially acceptable things. This type of emotional honesty is wrecking ball for modern feminism, and men truly believe that like these women care and these women are really fighting feminism. Oh my gosh, it's all performative. It's all a LARP to get that exact reaction from the man. And then they say it's so rare to see. Okay, can you scroll to the right, please? Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't remember what I wrote there. Oh yeah, it's so rare to see this kind of a woman today. Yeah, they always say, oh, you are so rare today, you are so special, most women are so horrible, and here we found a good one finally. And then your husband is so lucky. I keep getting this comment. Guys, stop sending me these comments, because you know what, I'm the lucky one, because he picked me, I'm married to him, he tolerates my bullshit, and
Well,
Some days
that-
more than others.
more than others.
you know
Exactly.
what that implies. Obviously, Plutarch is succeeding with you because of his emotional honesty. That just sounds so damn absurd.
I know, right? I was thinking, I was like, what are you saying, Steve?
No, the only reason he succeeds is because of his dominance.
I know, right? So yeah. And then in the meanwhile, while women are preaching these moral principles, publicly quoting Bible for us, guys. This is such a great service from women. I mean, like, seriously, we are supposed to bow down to them and clap to them, and this is what this guy and the men who think like him, they are doing. They're like, oh yes, you preach, girl. Like, are women even supposed to preach publicly? No. But yet they do. And then in the meanwhile, women get more clout, they get more attention, they get more social validation for saying these things. That's kind of resonate. If you are buying into their words, of course, you're going to believe they are bullshit. So you will sacrifice your frame if you, assuming you had one. And then women are in charge of the laws. The laws remain unchanged. Nothing changes. Situation doesn't solve itself. But we have so many more women now talking about these things. Oh, yes, women are going to save us. Women are saying all of those things.
What? Are you telling me women never really understand the problem? Women can never really come up with viable solutions, and women can never implement any solutions that they can't come up with in the first place?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Steve.
I'm shocked.
But Steve, I think there's something else going on here too. I think so, because women, they're not stupid and they're not blind, generally speaking. They've recognized that the world has changed, that the Overton window has shifted. Okay. I don't think that they are, and I think there's a line somewhere back in the movie or in the notes where it's like, we should just go back to the way things were.
Oh yeah,
okay.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about this last night because there's a new Supergirl movie coming out, and I was watching I think it was Critical Drinker's review of the trailer. Yes. And by the way, if you guys don't watch Critical Drinker, go watch him. He's hilarious. But that movie or that trailer looks like something I would have seen in 2021, 2022. And I was thinking about this going, wow, it almost feels like time is going in reverse. They're starting to be much more strident about their and open about their feminism and their desire to subvert and
there's less money.
Well, yes, but so you haven't seen stuff like this in a few years. But if you think back to 21, 22, in the Supergirl trailer, there's this quick shot of her dog taking a piss on a newspaper with a picture and of Superman and a headline, Superman saves whatever. It doesn't matter what it was, and I don't remember. Right. And the dog lifts its leg and takes a piss on it. And I'm like, that is so 2021 coded. And at the same time, I don't know if you guys know this, the writer-director of Barbie was a woman named Greta Gerwig. And Greta Gerwig was hired to do a reboot of, Nick, you're going to love this, The Chronicles of Narnia. Starting with The Magician's Nephew. So The Magician's Nephew will come out in November of next year. And I've seen a teaser trailer of it. And basically the teaser trailer says, this is not the Chronicles of Narnia you knew. And I'm sitting here going, oh, great. They're going to pull a, they're going to
pull a woke Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power.
Yeah. They're going to pull a woke, or they're going to pull a feminist, or, and apparently the C.S. Lewis company, the people charged with protecting the man's legacy, in theory, are okay with this.
Of course.
So, if it feels like we're going back in time, it's in part because we are, and it goes back to something Steve said. They don't know what else to do. They're not thinking about, they don't know how to solve their problem. Okay. So they see the losses and they think, oh, well, what worked to get us to where we were? So let's say what worked to get us to where we were in 2021 through 2023, right? And they think, oh, well, we need to go back to this super woke, it's like they're looking at the narrative losses and saying, well, what was it that got us here? We just need to do that again. You've got them promising that the Chronicles of Narnia is going to be unlike other Chronicles of Narnia you used to know, and we've got Supergirl's dog pissing on a newspaper article about Superman, right? And that's the kind of stuff that you would see back then. Do I think it's going to work? No, because that's not how Overton window shifts work. But they don't have anything else. This is what they get. This is all they have, is narrative control, narrative guidance. So I will probably not watch the new Chronicles of Narnia, or at least I will wait until, like with Bart, because I wouldn't let Elena watch this while paying money for it. She paid
I
$0.
don't. Yeah, I paid
Right.
$0 for this Barbie movie, and I wasn't going to.
Right. I'll probably do the same thing with Narnia.
To kind of build on what Plutarch was saying, the narrative has changed, especially since Trump came in office. The whole woke agenda is kind of failing. The whole trans thing, it's kind of failing. People are moving, have kind of abandoned those. So I guess you could say feminists feel like they've taken a couple steps back, and they're also complaining about where are all the men. So that's gotten worse. So now they're just moving back a couple steps without really recognizing that the whole thing was a bad idea. They're going to try another attempt. It's like climbing Mount Everest. Okay, that attempt to scale the peak, that approach didn't work. So we come back to the base camp, and now we're going to take another path to the peak. That's what they're doing. Now, if you're in the midst of a divorce and she's winning, and you're trying to repair it and whatever, she doesn't ever need to return and acknowledge and change anything. That requires doubling down. Well, since women actually did take a setback, they're not doubling down now. They're regrouping for another attempt.
Oh, yes, that's I guess that's kind of what I was trying to get at. Is it's like they're going back to what worked before, right? Yeah, and it's I think what their thought process is not well. They're not thinking we didn't go too far, although they did. They're thinking that somebody like Trump came in and people, I don't know, they accepted what he said. So, I mean, there's a reason that they blame Trump as a person so much, because they fundamentally view you as stupid, as easily controllable, much like in this movie. The Ken dolls were ultimately easily controllable by just saying the right words. Okay. You say the right words. Ken goes, "Oh, you're so right. How did I miss it?" however he says it, that's what he effectively said. And so to them, this is not about they don't understand the men because they don't care. To them, they just view Trump came in, said some naughty words, and men went, yeah. And so Trump, just insert Trump as Ken.
That makes sense.
So now they're following the script of Barbie now. Oh, well, you just have to go back and look at what Barbie did towards the end of the movie. Oh, she gives the man a cookie.
Yeah.
Right? Give the man a cookie, pat him on his head, and he'll go back to being your simp. And I think that's
to serve you better. Yes.
I think that's what you're seeing right now is there's a movement amongst women to figure out what the cookie is to get the men to calm down and get back on the plantation.
Yeah.
And start working for women again.
And it's not working.
Well, because time doesn't go backwards. So it might look like the narrative control framing is going backwards in time. I think they're going to find that it doesn't work in practice.
They definitely will find that out. Because here's another way to define feminism. Feminism is women's fight for equality. So when will women be equal? What's the measure? What's the goal? Equality. When will you know that you got to the goal? Well, it's not about that. It's about an ideology and a belief system. In other words, it's about the fight. Feminism will never succeed in women's minds because it's about the fight and it's about gaining more and more and more. And so you would think that feminism is here, and once they have equality, then feminism would go away and we'd just all be equal. No.
It's like a black hole.
No. It will never happen. Feminism will always want more.
Yeah, this is what I said at the beginning.
They will never be happy until they get more or until they're told no.
It's like a black hole. It's sucking everything and it's never enough. Whatever you give them, no, they are unhappy with anything they get. Yeah.
No, women just need more. It's and a woman's appetite for more is insatiable, which is why it is incumbent on men to place limits on women.
Yes.
And why women cannot place limits on men. Women do not know what a limit is.
Oh, yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
To a woman, a limit represents, what's the best word to describe this? A limit represents an existential threat to their existence. Well,
this is what happened to Barbie too. Do you remember that the limits were imposed on her, and she's like, "Oh."
Well, right, but why? Because women are dependent on resources provided by others. So the moment you place a limit, you are telling the woman that she can have no more. That is the boundary. And if you place and the boundary represents power and control. I have the ability to set a limit on how many dollars Elena can spend in a given month. And therefore, I have placed a boundary and a limit on her resources. I have placed a limit on her power.
But in the feminist mind, any limit, any boundary, any enforcement,
Abuse.
that's abuse.
Mm-hmm.
And they use that claim to destroy the boundary
Correct.
or destroy the man who is putting up the boundary because he is now your enemy.
Well, okay, Steve, here's another example. Why do women, despite the absolute incontrovertible evidence that allowing the third world into the country results in increased direct harm to women, still vote for open borders? Because a border is a limit. And yes, there might be some bad apples that come across, but a border is a limit. We can't have borders. Okay. Another example. Why do all women want the top men? Because the top men have the largest, the widest boundaries around what she can get. The end state feminism, and this I find hysterical. End state feminism or late stage feminism is all women chasing the richest man in the world. All women want the one man who has all the resources. Go ahead, Nick.
Travis Kelce.
I was actually going to say Elon Musk, who.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's pretty successful there.
Yeah, he's talking about IPOing SpaceX for $1.5 trillion. You know, no big deal. So, but that's here's what that actually ends up doing, and this I think is the great irony. Women have created their own god, and their own god is man. Is a man.
An apex man, right?
Yeah.
It's Jesus. Come on.
No. Well, no. Not,
well, I mean, like church ladies, no.
No. Well, no. The ultimate man, the Ubermensch, the Nietzschean of all Nietzscheans, the man with all the resources. The closest analog today would be Elon Musk. Is their god. And look at how they act around men like this. They do literally worship the ground that these men walk on. And so, you know, that's why I say the great irony of feminism is that they have created their own god, and their own god is a man. Because
the same there's two aspects here. For this apex man, he's rich. The richer he is, the more he'll provide, and the broader your boundaries will be for your spending appetite.
Yep.
And the aspect of that is financial support. So apply this same rationale to the immigrant crisis. Open borders, no limits, and financial support for everybody. And we will have utopia.
That's exactly what I was getting at, Steve. It's all the same mindset. Why do women endlessly vote for open borders despite open borders resulting in an ever-increasing amount of crime against women? Because a border is a boundary. Boundaries are evil. There should be no limits placed on me, the woman. I should be able to go anywhere in the world I choose. So borders are bad. And so I will vote for open borders. And I can bring in, and there's another aspect here for the woman. The woman looks at it and they says, "Oh, look at these poor souls who they just want a better life. They should be allowed to come in and get their better life." Why? Because there should be no limits.
Yeah.
And what is the ideology that imposes limits. Oh, that's the patriarchy.
I knew we would go there.
We hate the patriarchy because the patriarchy imposes
Mhm.
limits, boundaries, and accountability. And the patriarchy is evil.
Yeah.
Well, the patriarchy looks at the world and says, it doesn't just say that there's limits, although it does say that. It says, here are your limits.
Mm.
Okay. You, woman, this is, and the Bible says this too. The Bible says, okay, man, here's your limits, here's your boundaries and what you're supposed to do. And then it says, woman, here's your limits, here's your boundaries, and here's what you're supposed to do. It's right in there. Okay.
Order. Structured natural order.
Yes. We talk about this all the time. But women don't want that. Because women are resource seekers, they demand more resources. And there's always a demand for more. Always.
You know that handbag from last year? Well, it's not the latest fashion. You got to spend another $1,000 on the latest handbag.
Bingo. Same reason I have to
Well-
take away Elena's phone.
If you don't do that, then how does she know she's loved this year?
Oh,
Yeah.
Steve, how does she know that you still have the ability to get resources, the same amount of resources or more than you got last year?
Exactly.
Your worth
Yes.
your worth to a woman as a man is defined purely on the basis of what you have provided to her today, lately, recently.
Oh, so this is why I hated doing birthday and Christmas shopping and Mother's Day gifts. It's like it was never enough. I always have to buy her more crap, and it has to be better than last year's. Oh,
Mhm.
you made the mistake of buying her a really good gift last year? Well, guess what? That sets the bar.
Elena does not get gifts on her birthday. I don't buy her things.
Or any other Women's Day.
No,
even Christmas. Well, I might actually get occasionally something on Christmas.
You mean you don't buy her a gift on International Women's Day?
No.
I don't even know which day that is.
Okay, so like Valentine's
It's celebrated in Russia.
Oh,
I know
yes,
it is.
It is. It's a big
I don't
day.
know. I don't know what day it is. I have no
The 8th
idea.
of March. The 8th of March.
Well,
See?
I
See,
know
this
it.
really-
'Cause I- yeah, but
this really pissed off my ex. It's like Valentine's Day. I'm like, why do I have to buy you? Why do I have to buy you crap and pay for all this crap when I've get nothing in return?
Mhm.
I'm
Like, this
going to
wasn't
say. Go ahead, Nick.
Covert contract. That's a covert contract.
Oh, it totally is.
Well, we
It's
don't
a
even
socially
go.
enforced
We
covert
don't.
contract.
We don't even go out. Like some women, they really press their men to take them out to nice
don't.
dinners
I
on these
refuse.
days.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
Elena on her birthday, what I will do is she gets I will there's a restaurant in town that we both like, and so I go out and I get dinner. That's her birthday.
And we stay at home. We actually we watch.
We stay at home. We don't do anything. She doesn't get any gifts or anything. She gets dinner from a restaurant we enjoy. That's it. And people and I have gotten so much shit, personal life, from people who know us for doing this. I mean, it's like, you can't do that. She what, and a lot of incredulity. Like they honestly believe, both the men and the women, that this can't possibly work, and that and that at some point Elena's going to get fed up with me and leave me for treating her like this. No, they honestly do. People honestly think that if you don't treat women with deference, that they will leave. And look, there are lots of women out there who, if you don't treat them with the deference that they tell themselves they deserve, they will leave.
Oh, that's princess treatment.
Good riddance.
You know.
Good riddance.
Right. It is, well, as Nick, as you were saying, natural order. It is unnatural to treat women with that kind of deference.
Hey guys, we're whiny children. I'm a bad man.
Oh yeah, we're terrible. But we don't. But well, see, that's the other thing. I don't whine. I don't whine about it. Elena gets told what happens, and that's just the way it is. Are there men out there who there's lots of men out there who are whiny children? Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just none sitting at your at their computers today. None of them are on your screen right here. So honestly, for men going forward, give women less.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in their book.
What was the title of that book, Nick? It wasn't "Give Women
Why,
Less." It was
why women deserve less? By
why? Oh yeah,
Myron
why?
Gates.
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't that Myron, Nick? Isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
That is Myron.
Yeah.
I listened to the audio version a couple weeks ago. I had read the Kindle version like a year before.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Give women less. And it turns out that giving women less is an existential requirement for civilization to continue.
Yeah.
Because we simply lack the resources, the energy, the raw materials to give women more, to give women unlimited. This is where I actually strongly disagree with Elon. He's all in on solar, and the mechanical engineers kind of have a good chuckle at him, and the guys who
Yes, we do.
Because Elon is a smart guy, but it's one of those things that if you are an expert in a field that he's talking about, it kind of becomes obvious that he just hasn't read enough about it. He just hasn't studied it. And it's like, okay, dude, you read something about it and you think you understand it, but you haven't really dug into it. But the mechanical and electrical engineers I know are all like, what is he on about with this solar thing?
Okay. In a nutshell, is solar good? Maybe. Solar is good in Arizona. It's probably good in the mountains above Denver. Less atmosphere. You're getting a lot of solar radiation coming down. Yeah, probably makes economic sense. Solar panels in New England? Dumb idea. But they're promoting this universal solar everywhere. No, that's stupid.
Oh, Steve, you're a mechanical engineer. Have you heard his latest?
No.
He wants to build data center satellites and launch them on Starship. So he wants to build 100 kilowatt satellites, 100 kilowatt data centers.
100 kilowatt? That's slow. 100 megawatt?
No.
No,
sorry, 500 kilowatts. Sorry, so they're
500 kilowatt.
Yeah.
Okay.
He wants to build 500 kilowatt satellites and shoot them up there on Starship. And they're just data centers. They're just packed with compute.
Okay.
Can you see the problem with this?
How are the techs going to service them?
They'll just deorbit them like they do Starlink and put new ones up. It's
expensive.
Steve.
You got a lot of networking problems there. The
Yeah,
energy cost of doing that is to boost it up there is quite high.
Think more
you
basic.
get free power.
Think more
How do you
basic.
get the power? How do you get the power?
You get the power from giant solar panels, and I mean giant.
No, but how do you get them from space? You said you're putting them in orbit, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's what Starship is for.
But that's expensive.
Well, that's why Starship has to be reusable. There's one thing that every mechanical engineer will immediately react to when I say it that Elon clearly hasn't thought about.
Okay.
On Earth, how many different forms are there of waste heat disposal? How many ways can we get rid of waste heat?
Well, two main ones. You can either get rid of it in the air or get rid of it in water.
So convection.
Yeah.
Okay. Convection is very efficient, right? It's a very efficient heat disposal method.
Sure. Yeah.
The other one's radiation, right? You can radiate heat away.
Yeah. Okay. We don't use that on the planet Earth. Radiation to get rid of heat. We don't use that one.
Why don't we use that, Steve?
Too inefficient.
Oh, what's the only way to get rid of heat in space, Steve?
You don't have a heat sink. A heat sink is where you send the heat. It means a body, a mass, water, air. That's a heat sink. I don't have that, so I got to radiate this heat away. That's and that's all infrared energy.
Correct. So the only way to dump waste heat
It's kind of tough to get that much infrared going away.
Yeah. So the only way to dump heat in space is radiation, which is far less efficient than convection. And so he's going to have 500 kilowatts of compute power, which we would call 500 kilowatts of thermal dissipated power. TDP is the metric used. And he's going to build these satellites that are going to dissipate 500 kilowatts of heat. No, you're not. Because we actually know how this works because the ISS has a huge problem with this. They are limited to 100 kilowatts because if they do more than that, the radiators on the space station cannot dump heat fast enough. But space is an insulator. Anyway, my point being here is that SpaceX is going to do a $1.5 trillion IPO for the express purpose of putting this crap into space, and Elon will become the richest man in the world.
But what you're saying, guys, what you're saying is a fine boundary on him and his vision.
Well, that's a good idea. Now, I want to quantify this amount of heat. 500 kilowatts. You know, what the hell is that? It doesn't mean anything.
We can't hear you well, Steve.
Oh, 500 kilowatts.
He's in front of his microphone.
How much heat is that? Well, have you ever the old-fashioned incandescent light bulb, 100 kilowatts?
100 watts.
Ever stood
watts
or 100 watts? Yes. Have you ever actually felt the amount of heat coming off of there? Or have you ever been in like a hotel built in the 70s or 80s where they got the heat lamp? That's like, I don't know, 300 watts maybe. Something you turn that on, the thing blasts down on you, and damn, that's hot. Okay, but well, let's go back to the 100-watt light bulb. 100 kilowatts is 100,000 watts.
Yeah.
So you're going to have 1,100-watt light bulbs up there radiating heat, because most of the heat or most of the energy they consume is dissipated in heat. A small amount is light. They're like 20% efficient, something low. Most of it is heat. So that is the vast amount of heat you're going to have in a container the size. Okay, what size container? It's in a
Probably about the size of
satellite.
a bus.
Yeah, the size of a bus. Yeah, or maybe a shipping container,
Yeah.
or a half shipping container, 20 feet long, 8 foot, 8 to 10 feet in dimensions. That's probably more like it. You know, the small
Mhm.
a
Yeah.
CEU, I guess.
The TEU 20-foot equivalent
TEU,
unit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that size, and you're going to have 1,000 100-watt light bulbs in there. Get rid of that amount of heat.
Well,
It's just like yeah, this is a problem. The thing is going to cook. Oh, how do we know that? Do you know how many people have Yeti mugs? Why? Why does that Yeti mug, your coffee mug, work? Because it has vacuum
yep.
in between the walls. It has vacuum. You put a satellite in space, what's around it?
Vacuum.
Vacuum. So there is no conduction or convection, and it's all radiation. Try to get rid of that heat. Oh, man. That's going to happen.
One of the things we learned about space fairly early on in the space program was that vacuum is a phenomenal insulator. Now, the reason I brought all this up is besides it being a fun science diversion, and I'm an engineer and I love talking about this stuff, is I have seen this in Elon. Elon, you have to understand, he means well. He's a smart guy, but he is fundamentally a feminist. He is a feminine primary guy. And he too has bought into the narrative of infinite abundance, of no boundaries. I was listening to him at a financial conference saying that AI and robots mean that we won't need money anymore. That we will have so much abundance that the AI and robots are going to do all the work for us, that humans won't need jobs. We won't have to work. We will be able to just do whatever it is that we desire to do, because the AI and robots will make it so that any desire that we have can be fulfilled on a whim. That there will be no boundaries and no limits to the human condition. That's how women think.
Wait, now who's going to build this system?
Well, he is, of course, and he's going
to
sprint
give
it to
away
you.
all this stuff if by building it there's no return on investment to make me richer or better off than the average person. Because everything in the world is built on a return on investment. And if I design a system, so I build a free energy system and just give it away, there's no return. So why the hell would I build it?
Because you won't need a return. Okay, so guys, people need to understand this. The Gene Roddenberry the reason that Star Trek was a utopia because Gene Roddenberry basically, he claimed that in a society where energy is essentially unlimited, humanity can have whatever it wants. That's why they had things like replicators, these devices that can literally, I want a cup of, or Earl Grey hot, right? And then the cup of hot Earl Grey just appears out of thin air, right?
Sure.
That is the view. It is literally that simple. These are, Elon included, are men who grew up watching Star Trek, particularly TNG, the Next Generation, the one that first introduced the replicators, and they looked at that and they said, "I want that," because with the sufficient application of energy, I can have literally anything that can be created out of molecules. The actual technology is they use transporters to rearrange molecules to make the thing work, to make whatever it is you want. So you gather the molecules, reorganize them, and create it out of thin air. Okay, that's very energy intensive, and it would be. But I just had this thought. That's why I paused for a second. It is no different. This sort of thinking is no different than the thinking in of the late 20 or sorry, the late 19th, early 20th century, that if you need more money, just print more money. This is the same thing.
So someday we're going to switch over to this mentality, but we haven't yet. Okay, let's just go back to history. We needed a power supply for submarines. So you had Admiral Rickover. Nuclear power is the answer. So he had they developed the uranium water reactor, right?
Yeah, it's a water-cooled reactor.
Water-cooled, yeah. There was a competing technology. Well, conceptually competing. Thorium, which required liquid salts, and it was a different type of technology and problematic for putting on a submarine. And so they didn't develop it. They developed the uranium light water reactor. And that's all that was ever used. This was back in the 50s. But the thorium had a lot of promise, and it's coming back around now. But since the 1950s, now it's 2025, 75 years later, we have not developed the thorium reactor. We had no will to do it, even though it's promising. It probably would have been really smart and lowered electricity prices. But why don't we do that? Well, who makes money from drilling oil wells and natural gas wells besides your father?
Company. The company.
The
Gas
company.
stations, refineries. Yeah.
Everybody makes money from that. Who makes money from selling electricity? Who makes money from mining coal? If you had free energy, how many people, rich people, are going to be disadvantaged and lose their whole profit? Do they want free energy? Hell no. Are they going to allow it? Not really. They're going to be kind of fighting. They don't want to see that develop.
But Steve, you just don't understand. The rich people, yeah, they'll lose money, but that's okay. It's okay. Because we will all become equal. We will all have equal access to infinite energy. And we will all be free to finally pursue our utopian dreams.
It seems to me that expecting the rich people to do that is like expecting women to actually want equality and stop when they got it.
This is actually a current problem in the oil and gas businesses where the price per barrel is at is you have few places where you can still drill and it's you can kind of sort of make a profit, or you're using existing wells. But what happens to existing wells over time is they produce less and less and less. And so unless we're heavily, dependent on other countries exporting towards us, we're actually going to have another um, oil and gas. I predict I think oil will go up. I'm not sure when. It's going to be pretty bad because guess what? Exploration, leasing the land, exploring the land, drilling the units and sending it to the oil to the refineries. This takes time, a lot of time and money. and it will only happen usually when it's cost effective to do so.
Yeah, but we're
Many
gonna
of these
need that
companies do it
because
for
how
a
the hell
profit.
else we need all that energy because we got to supply power to those AI server farms.
Tons TOEFL. That's that's an acronym. It's a long one. Stands for there ain't no such thing as a free lunch. And this is where these utopian female ideas run into a wall. Physics is insurmountable. It is absolute. There's always going to be limits placed on what you can do. The thought process is that with a sufficient application of energy, and Musk talks about this all the time. You'll hear him talk about the Kardashev scale, and how if we can get to type 1 Kardashev, that's where you harness the entire output of the sun, solar energy, and it's a lot of energy, but it's still limited. And a fun little fact about that people don't really pay much attention to is it would take more matter than is available in the solar system to collect all of that energy. There simply is not enough matter to build a sphere of solar arrays to collect all the energy of the sun. I think the density of the structure would be akin to smoke if you tried. It's like there are hard limits on everything. Everything.
So, what's the most efficient data processor in existence?
Energy efficient, I assume you're asking.
Sure.
It's probably, I can't list off the exact model number, but it's probably one of the AMD Epic 9000 series, one of the high core.
Oh, you fell for that trap. The human mind.
I know.
So, human mind takes 1,500 calories a day to maintain it.
Burns 20 watts, by the way.
How much processing, electronic processing, does it take to replicate the processes in one human brain?
We don't know because we can't.
We don't know. It is multiple. Maybe 1,000. Maybe all the data centers in the world. It's a humongous number. No, they don't have the immediate access to all the information. But the human mind is an astounding data processor. And it's highly efficient because it doesn't take much energy. When you think about it. And the lifespan of a human brain is a lot longer than the 3-year lifespan that they're planning, or 3 to 5, maybe
3 to 5,
7-year lifespan of the processors in one of these modern data centers.
Well, and that's the thing about, Musk's, we're going to launch data centers in space. Yeah, okay. The chips start burning out and you've got to deorbit the thing. And he hasn't even dealt with the fact that, so they deorbit Starlink satellites about Starlink satellites have a 2 to 3 year useful lifespan because they don't use radiation hardened chips. They're very upfront about that. And the radiation literally cooks the chips. They become not unusable after a while. So,
what I was trying to say earlier about his reusing of starships is, they still haven't found a replacement for the fuel they use, and that fuel is a lot and expensive.
Yeah, they're using methylox. methane and oxygen. Oh no, methane is abundant enough. It's natural gas, but it's a form of it. But the oxygen is going to be a problem. I mean, there's a lot of it in the atmosphere. You know, that's a tough one because there is so much of it. And it would ironically green up the earth a bit to start pumping out some hydrocarbons into the atmosphere, but no one wants to have that conversation yet.
Okay, so
Anyway,
total fuel. I just did a chat thing on Google. 200,000 to 350,000 for a Falcon 9 total fuel cost.
yeah, it's
Oh,
the
damn.
fuel.
You know what?
Fuel cost is almost is a minimal part of the launch cost.
Look what.
Yeah. Okay.
Look what's happened here. The Kens came into the Barbie world and just totally dominated it.
Well, the Kens came into the Barbie world and started listing all the limitations that are placed on Barbie world. I mean, we could talk science all day long. I live for this. But the point here, and I get a little frustrated here because I get so many men who come in, and when I start talking about these limitations, they start calling me names. Oh, you're just such a downer. You're just such a, you just
You're
don't.
a realist.
No, they never say that. They never say that. Right. It's always some sort. You're a doomer. You're black pill. Or my personal favorite, Elon's smarter than you, so you must be wrong.
So 2 plus 2 has to equal 5 because he's smarter than you.
Well, I think what they're assuming is that because Elon, what is wisdom? Wisdom is intelligence, knowledge, and the willingness to apply both before speaking. Elon's a very smart guy, but his knowledge is limited. Has to be. He's a human. Your knowledge is limited. My knowledge is limited. Everything in our lives is limited. Our universe is limited. I know there's the unbounded versus bounded theories of the universe, but all the science points to there being a boundary to it. Sorry, guys. Everything's limited. And so when those of us who have to actually do the engineering come in and say, here are the limitations. Now, here's the thing. I actually do think Musk understands that there's limitation. I think his view is I will push people and throw money at problems to see how far I can push the limits. There's nothing wrong with that. But at some point you have to go, yep, there's a limit there. And I suspect that with this data centers in space project, he's going to find out that there's some limits there, and that energy isn't, he's all big into solar, and he likes to talk about this map, and he takes like a chunk of Nebraska and says this entire chunk could power the United States, all of the United States. It's like,
That's all true.
It's all true. It is.
But let's not. Let's assume he's not stupid and doesn't know this. He might be smart enough to know that most people are gullible.
Nah.
He spouts this crap. Most people will believe, yay, yeah, rah, yeah. We're gonna buy into Tesla or SpaceX for $1.5 trillion IPO to go to Mars. Yeah, he sold them a pipe dream, and they buy into it. He makes money.
Nick.
Now, who's the dumb one?
Isn't that what communism does? It sounds really good until you implement it. and then you have to figure out how it works.
Well, but see, here's the thing about communism. Communism itself presumes no limits. It presumes unlimited energy, unlimited resources of any kind. And all you have to do is direct who gets what.
So are you taking this to the next step? Are you going to imply that feminism is a form of communism?
Yes, because it is.
Mhm.
Yep.
Feminism was born in the same country that created
Communism was born.
Born?
Feminism
No.
is a step.
Feminism was born in the U.S., but it was perfected in the Soviet Union.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, Susan B. Anthony.
Well, I'm saying Marxist ideals were before Susan B. Anthony, but
I was going to say, didn't the Jacobins have a lot to do with this in France before?
Yeah, the Jacobins did, and the Quakers before them, and the Anabaptists before them. Yep.
Yeah,
I don't think. Okay, we could get in a big debate. Did feminism originate in the Soviet Union or Russia, or was it just perfected there or developed? There'd be a long debate about that, and I'd have to do a bunch of research before I could come up with a coherent argument. It doesn't really matter.
Right. I mean, I do know that Marx himself promoted the idea of matriarchy. He and Frederick Engels had this. They had this whole theory about before that prehistory, pre-written and oral history, that the world really was a matriarchy, and that the patriarchy overthrew the matriarchy. And so, I mean, you want to talk about natural order, and Barbie movie type stuff. Then this idea that matriarchy is the true natural order, that all comes from Marx and Engels specifically. So
this sounds a lot like the plot of the Barbie movie.
Well, because Barbie is explicitly communist. Like, it is pushing explicitly communist ideals, which was the whole point. And I hold no hope that the Chronicles of Narnia shit that she's doing is going to do anything other than push communist. They're going to try and say C.S. Lewis was pro-communist somehow. And those of us who've actually read the books are going to. There's probably going to be some destroyed televisions in the future as people watch these things and go, this just isn't it.
Well, people who know the history and who have read the books.
Right. They're going to start throwing things at their TVs. But yeah. Whether or not feminism has its origins in communism is, to my mind, functionally irrelevant, because feminism had no vehicle until communism. Feminism was not an organized thing until communism.
Mm-hmm.
Marx and Engels they took those ideas and gave them a political vehicle through which they could be
implemented. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Barbie movie is explicitly communist. And so my view, Steve, is that it no longer matters what the history was. The two are so inextricably linked that you cannot tell them apart.
Yeah, you'll get no argument from me. Oh, we could argue about this just for fun, but it really doesn't matter.
Right. So, to my view, if you kill the vehicle, you kill the thing the vehicle is carrying. So,
so what's the vehicle that
communism?
is scary. Communism. So how do you kill communism?
You don't have time for that today.
Yeah, I know, but
Simple answer, though.
yeah.
Men, stop participating. Men, stop wifing up women.
Yeah.
How's the feminism working now? Men say, oh, got no reason to get up and produce in society. I'm just going to take the easy route. All of a sudden, economies don't work. When men don't see a return or respect or a decent life, they just say, I'm good. I'll just.
It's not just in words. It's not just in words. It's not enough to say those things that women say.
But it doesn't matter what women say. Men are actually just refusing to participate.
Yeah.
Well, and
so, yeah,
Steve, the history of Russian communism is a little more complicated. Yes. So the reason that they had the Gulag Archipelago is because so many men did that. And so they started throwing the men in jail. If you do not work, you will be forced to work. And the people.
Yeah, I never thought of that, but I'm sure you're right there.
Well, the people
and it doesn't matter who you throw in jail, just put fear
exactly
in the hearts of men.
Right. You just
I have to keep my head down and just work so I don't suffer that fate.
Right.
Oh, that's the current child support system, guys.
Yes. The people who are trying to implement communism in the United States are fully aware of what to do and how to do it.
Yeah.
Like they've read all of Lenin's works. They've read all of Marx's works. They've read all of Mao's works. And they all say basically the same thing is all of them will say that, for example, all power comes out of the barrel of a gun. That's an famous old communist saying. And then they will all say that the moment that communism is achieved, you have to take away the guns because all power.
And these guns can be used against you.
The guns can be used again. When people realize that communism itself is not what they thought it would be, then they would revolt again. So you have to take away the guns. The idea of using a gulag system, gulags are work camps, is endemic to all communist implementations. In various, they all have various takes on it, but China today has massive work camps in Shanxing and Shanxing province. There's just huge work camps over there, where they've basically enslaved whole races, whole genotypes. That's what communism actually is. So, like, I am all for men saying, going Galt, saying, nope, we're not participating in the system anymore. But you must understand that the system will not idly sit by and allow you to do this.
Yeah, it will fight
at some point.
Yes.
Right now, it's allowing it.
Well, as long as you play alone to some degree.
No, the reason it's allowing it is because there's very few men doing it. The three of us would be considered highly subversive by the leftists in this country for daring push the idea that men should not work. Not that this bothers us.
True enough. The three of us are free. Still.
Yeah, I was going to say for the moment.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Well, sorry. Yeah, Nick isn't free.
Well, and I went through what Nick is going through. But we're still free to walk about.
We're not in
if
jail.
the system were very repressive right now, we would not be on the air. And
there may come a day when the system does get that repressive, and
we would be, marginalized. If digital currency came about, we would be demonetized. our money would expire. We would be marginalized. We would be outcasts. We would be persecuted just because we're guys out there talking about these things, and they don't want this out there. And at some point, we might go away, or may just close up shop if it comes to that, or maybe we'll say fuck it. We're still going to talk. I don't know yet.
Well, and this really is a conversation for a whole different stream, but you know what? There's a timing problem here for the leftists, and it goes back to all the generational stuff we've talked about. Their clock is running short of time to do this, and they know it. And it goes, and that's why they push so much stuff through media.
Yeah, they do.
They push it because, like, why is the Supergirl thing going back to what was done 3 years ago? Well, because it worked, and they need things that work, and they need those things to work right now. They are frustrated that it's not working.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to go back and they're going to try all the old strategies. They don't have new ones. You're going to see another movie. You're going to see more movies like Barbie. In fact, I suspect,
or the latest, or the feminist Star Wars push.
Oh God, yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Or what? I mean, I really do suspect that the Chronicles of Narnia movie, made by the same person who made Barbie, is going to be pushing a lot of this kind of messaging because they're desperate. They know time is running out. They know that they've taken losses recently. And so they just need to get the men back on the plantation. Hey, look, guys, we went a little too far. We'll put on, actually, it'll be, you know what? We went a little too far. And you know, these sundresses are kind of comfy. Maybe I'll wear a sundress.
Yeah, and I'll be a well taken care of stay-at-home wife and mother. And the lawyers actually shared statistics. I think it was James Sexton and a couple of other lawyers. The numbers of divorced single mommies,
That was Pearl.
they were all, well, and Pearl did it too, but it's based on like some statistical data that the lawyers have collected. The numbers of divorced women are stay-at-home mothers.
Yeah, 50, something like 55% of divorces are with single mothers, but the lowest percentage was like 25 to 30% or some. I can't remember. It's like I don't remember exactly.
The numbers, but it was really high. It was
but the lowest numbers were for married, no kids, working a white collar job, lawyers, doctors, etc. Those women had the lowest divorce rates.
There are two aspects here, and Dr. Edgington mentioned it too. I'm not refuting any of the things you said, but the highest percentage, your highest risk of a contentious divorce is from a stay-at-home mother.
Yes, that's what's
there's the divorce rate and there's the contentious divorce rate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you know what, guys? Divorce is not nearly as bad as a contentious divorce.
Preach. Speaking from experience, didn't have a contentious divorce.
Nick and I did.
Yeah. It
is like 10 times worse.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously. It's going to be 10 times more debilitating and the highest percentage. Okay, I can't prove this by any facts, but by my experience and my observation, kind of anecdotal evidence for what it's worth. Your your highest chance of just a devastating zero out is a stay-at-home religious woman.
Yes.
Holy
Yep.
shit. You,
Yes.
oh man, you guys, you tradcons who are promoting, find a religious woman and have her be a stay-at-home wife. That is the highest percentage of just an absolutely nasty, contentious divorce in the future.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick, you okay down there?
Oh yeah, I'm like, yep, nodding along.
Yeah,
Talk
like your
about
odds.
debilitating.
It is.
Taking away all your almost all of your purpose in the world, all you've built up, all your legacy, and flushing it down the toilet because she changed her mind.
They have to do that to justify their actions in the religious world. They have to prove to everyone else that you are the devil incarnate.
So what if
So
I
it's
am?
scorched earth.
I'm not. But
Well, what if you are? That doesn't, reality
No,
doesn't
I'm
matter.
just
It
It's
doesn't
just
matter.
that
Yeah, she's
everybody
still-
sees you as just a nasty, evil man.
Yeah.
And then they'll say, oh, yes, you were so right to get rid of that evil man. Oh, yes. Oh, and you love Jesus so much. Oh, can I help you in any way?
Yeah.
It's you obviously a victim.
Yeah, I know. Oh, well, your odds are better off with the crackhead. You know, you guys talked about it, I think, and then Pearl did mention it a few months ago. It's like I get the point. I just don't think it's still a good idea. But
Oh, no. We
you
we
know.
weren't saying that marrying a crack whore was a good idea. What we
Yeah,
said
but
was
the
is
custody you would get the custody.
you were most likely to get custody of your children if you have children
Yeah.
with a crack whore. That's what we were saying.
Yes. I don't think it's still a good idea. But okay, the options for men, and I did text you guys these options. So you can maybe marry her, but then don't have kids because you already empower her through marriage. And then the moment you have kids with her, she's using these kids as leverage against you in the divorce court. So you can marry, but don't have kids. Then you can cohabitate, never marry, maybe procreate, but we talked to Coach Vlad who did that thing. He doesn't recommend it, by the way, and he did it. Then what are your
Fair.
other options?
Well, you're
Playboy pickup
Playboy.
artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Not
spin
that we
play.
advocate that.
Yeah, but like, okay, I understand why men do it. You know, like really,
the
I
only
can't.
way to win is not to play.
Oh, not to play at all. This is your
Right.
MGTOW and Black Pill guys. I have more respect for the MGTOW and Black Pill guys who say, no, we are just not engaging in this. We can watch Corn, it's free. I mean, just watch it. You know, it's available for you if you need to. It's like if I were a man, I would probably be a MGTOW guy or the MGTOW or the Black Pill guy. Just watch Corn and not
Gentlemen,
deal with women.
never
I
red
don't
pill your
advocate
women.
Actually don't advocate watching it because that actually debilitates you mentally and other things. But
Well, okay, fine. It's like I understand, but like men have those urges, let's say, you know, like they.
Okay.
I mean,
Here's how I would say it. If it comes down between getting married to a woman or watching porn is probably
safer.
less destructive. No, I'm going to say less destructive.
Yeah.
I'm not.
It's
I'm
at
not
least
saying
more financially secure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
And-
it won't.
and-
It won't divorce grape you.
well, but here's the thing. Nick is absolutely right. Corn is very destructive on the man. Don't get this twisted. What we are saying is that marrying, particularly one of these stay-at-home church moms, is more destructive to a man
Mm-hmm.
than corn.
Yeah.
think about that's what we're really saying. And think about just how devastating it must be for men, what these men have to go through who get divorced from these church moms, for us to be able to say conclusively, yes, porn is less destructive on your life than marrying one of these women.
I'm not proud at all to say that. That's a very sad reality.
Yeah, exactly. We shouldn't be on here saying these things. There shouldn't be a timeline where this needs to be said at all. But here we are. I'm not proud of it. Nick, you're not proud of it. Steve up there, I don't think he's proud of it.
No.
We're not proud of this. We're not saying this because, hey, we really like porn. We don't. But we have to look at the data, and we have to look at the data honestly.
Yeah.
And the data is conclusive. As destructive as porn is, it is less destructive than getting married in the church. I'm sorry.
Okay, let me take an opposite standpoint. Guys, you think you want to get married and you want that religious woman and you think you're doing the right thing, by all means, go ahead and do it. And if God loves you enough and has enough faith in you, just like in the Lord's Prayer, lead me not into temptation, but deliver me from evil. Which means, God, don't give me more than I can handle, and don't let it lead to my destruction. Which means it may go bad for you. But if you're a strong enough man, you're going to come through that hardship. You're going to learn the lesson because God will allow you to learn the lesson because you have the strength to do that. And if you don't kill yourself by self-deletion because you've been devastated, yes, you were worth it. And you will come out the other side a stronger man and go, God, as who was a philosopher from the camps? Viktor Frankl. Do I hate the Nazis? No. Do I want to go through the experience again? No. But that experience made me who I am today. If you think you're strong enough to experience that and come out the other side, well, go for it. You know what? Don't feel sorry for me. Because my experiences made me who I am today. And I like who I am today. And I like all the things that I've discovered in the process. But I do not want to go through that again.
Well, and Steve, this is where men are going to wreck themselves, because particularly in the society that we've taught and created, we have taught the Nietzschean Übermensch idea. And we believe, and men have been told that if they can't survive it, and they've been told this by women, even on YouTube and elsewhere, if you can't survive it, you should self-delete because you are unworthy.
Do not do that.
No,
Don't do it.
Don't do it. You will come out the other side a much stronger man. You're just being tested.
Steve, I cannot recommend this for most men.
No, I'm not recommending it. I'm just, just kind of playing up the other side.
I'm
not recommending that. But you know what? You want to learn, you got to try, because you're going to learn things the hard way, or you can listen to us, but you really won't understand it until you experience it. And God,
Steve,
you don't have to experience what experiences you choose, because it's safer for men to avoid women at this point and not deal with them at
Well,
all.
safety isn't the top
Oh,
concern for men.
Well, yeah, well, I mean,
The Steve, here's what I would say. If you want to speak on this issue, you must go through it first, because we've had some problems over the years with men who have not been through this coming in and telling other men how to do it. Oh, hi, Michael Knowles. Okay. Michael Knowles, you know not of what you speak, and therefore you have no moral authority to speak on it. I know you're a big, powerful podcaster, dude. I know. You make lots of money. I get it. People think your opinion is worth paying for. But you know not of what you speak. If you haven't gone through the divorce ringer, you're probably not qualified to speak on it. And so, if you can survive it,
on earth. It is hell on earth.
it is. And if you can survive it, as Steve says, you will come out. It will make you the man that you would be in the future in this particular scenario. But it will make you a man. It might.
It might make you a man if you can survive.
Correct. If you survive.
No guarantees. There are no guarantees.
And
that's people that you thought were your friends, you'll realize weren't your friends. And the church, many times, not all of them, there's a few good churches, but most of them, they'll look at you as if, like, you must have done something wrong. You're not man enough. You didn't Jesus hard enough. That's why all this happened to you. They'll treat you like Job's friend.
Tim Gordon, you just didn't pray with her enough.
Hey, Jesus hung on the cross because you know what? He just didn't, trust God enough. Give me a break.
So, yeah, okay, guys. Steve, I guess I'm still never going to recommend a man do it.
I'm not either. You know I was saying all that tongue in cheek. But if
Yes.
a man does it, okay, well, it's his path in life. Okay, fine.
I would say that the best answer from most men is do nothing. Do nothing for a woman.
mhm.
Do not marry them. I said that, do nothing for a woman, because when you marry a woman, you are doing that for her.
Yes, you do it for her.
She needs it. And the title of the stream is, Do Men Need Marriage? Men do not need marriage. Women need marriage.
Yep.
Okay.
And this comes from the guy
Who's married?
who went out to seek a wife on the other side of the world and vetted her carefully, imported her into the U.S., and married her. So, guys, take your advice. Yeah, we can say these things, but yet
Well, but even 10
we
years
still
ago,
take risks. Men
Okay,
take
see,
risks.
Yes, we do.
when my husband did it, he did it 10 years ago. It was a slightly different time. Right now,
Not particularly.
Not really. It's the same damn risk. Even if superficially it seemed different, it was the same damn risk.
The laws aren't significantly different.
well, yeah, true.
They really haven't changed. Why did I take the risk? Because, frankly, she proved herself worthy of the risk, but only to a limited extent. You notice how she was saying, don't, if you marry him, don't have kids with him. Well, I married her and I don't have kids with her. That was the risk mitigation. That is the price. If you want marriage in this society, if you're a Christian, you want marriage, I'm a Christian man. I got to get married so that I can have sex. Great. Guess what? Don't have kids, because the data shows that stay-at-home religious mom is going to be the one who will go nuclear trying to destroy you when she decides it's time to leave.
Yeah.
Hey, Elena, was it last week that you and I had the big debate?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, you were advocating, man, don't take risks. I was saying, man, manage your risk, mitigate your risk. I
See,
know as men, you're going to take risks. So I can't say, don't do it ever because don't take the risk. No, manage your risk. And Elena was saying, man, it's too risky. Don't do it. Well,
no,
guess
I
what
was
happened in her
like,
life? Her
okay, you
husband
can do
took
it.
the
You just
risk. He
That's
mitigated
what
it.
I said last
Okay,
week.
this is a difference between male and female approach to life.
fine,
Men
whatever.
take risks. Women want to avoid risks.
I was
Well-
saying if men choose to take risk, they need to know all of the possible outcomes, how it can ruin them. It's not that I'm against like, okay, don't ever get married. No, you just have to know what's coming for
Well,
you. Because in
Steve,
this system,
Yeah.
marriage equals divorce.
Steve,
Yeah.
I went out and did it.
I know.
Okay, but we
What
did a
men
show
do.
on. Well, we did a show on Passport Bros
We
a
did.
while
Right.
back. Okay, what did I say about passport broing?
It's risky.
Don't do it.
Don't
Now-
do it. Yes.
Now, if you do it this way.
Yeah, if you're going to do it this way. Here's all the risks that I know of. There will be more
Right.
that I don't know of. Okay, right?
Yep.
Because while we can't stop men, okay,
And you
What-
never will.
we do need to. I would say we do need to step away from encouraging men to take risks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we're not encouraging. We are informing. And if you are dead set on taking the risk, here's some things you might be able to do to mitigate them, to vet the women, to do whatever, because you know what? We can say, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. And you're still going to do that.
Dude still wants to marry a woman. I mean, it's like you're fighting against nature.
Right.
So, you know what? We can advocate for something.
Survival
We'll say
versus
it's your best thing, but here's the other
nature.
considerations.
Nature.
And just because we're advocating for something doesn't mean that we didn't go wife up that single mother.
Yeah.
Oh
I
God.
did.
Well, this is the
And I
problem.
don't advocate it.
The nature of
So-
man wants to have a woman he's married to. That's the nature of man since creation. But also, man wants to survive.
Yeah. What's more important? Okay, what's more important for you in
Well-
the current system? Choose one. You can survive, or you can be married, but you will be completely
Well, okay.
castrated and
I think the great
destroyed.
misunderstanding here is that okay? Yes, there will be men who go out and do stupid shit and they get in trouble for it. Okay, we can't stop them. However, and I've said this before, the default message needs to be don't do this thing.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because when you start talking about risk mitigations, men will tell themselves that they are capable of doing it.
Yeah.
When
So did I
most
said that. Dang. I say, if I just Jesus hard enough, find the right woman, young.
Exactly.
Right.
Money muscles game.
Going, growing. Hey, I was top of my game, man. I thought I had it. Apparently I did.
right. My point here is that and this is a really tough thing to say, but most humans are simply not smart enough to understand the nuance that Steve and Nick and I will talk about in terms of, well, do this, not that, here's why. Okay. So for the
Nope,
And
she
the
touched my
funny thing
PP.
is, we're
No, no,
not
no.
we're not smart enough to do it either.
I know,
Most
right?
men-
Because
Three-
we
Most
did.
men.
We got some theories now after we hit the wall
Okay.
right.
or crashed out, but yeah, we're not smart enough either.
Okay, this is the two camps I see most men fall into. Oh, I've seen what happened to my dad. I've seen what happened to my friends. Saw what happened to my grandfather. Man, this is a bad deal. They experienced it, they saw it, and now social media is making it out front and center. I think it's making a difference, so that's a good thing. There's still problems with social media and all that, but whatever. So you have these guys, and then you have the other guys, and I was unfortunately one of the other guys. Hey, I have these ideals, and if I find the right woman, oh, she touched my pee-pee, she makes me happy. She'll never do this to me. So surely, if I just she touched my pee-pee, make me happy. She's a good religious woman. Hey, it'll never happen. Not just Jesus hard enough, work hard, provide, have a bunch of kids. She won't press the self-delete. She won't press the detonator.
Hey, Steve
Yeah.
and Nick, maybe we aren't as smart as we think we are. We're the ones.
Definitely, I'll agree with that.
We stuck our hands into that meat grinder thinking we were smart enough to not get our hand cut off.
Oh gosh.
But this is the Nietzschean philosophy that people are propagating. Like if you be the Ubermensch, if you are all of that, if you have money, muscles, game, if you do all of those things that she wants you to do, if you pray enough with her, if you Jesus enough, you succeed. People never put the meanwhile. In the meanwhile, the legal system is on your side. Here you go, lady. You can divorce your husband at a whim. You get paid for it. You get automatic custody, alimony, and child support. What prevents her? What
Okay.
does she have to
calm down. Nietzsche would probably cringe at how his philosophy is being used today, but it was the communists who figured out that you could use Nietzscheanism to turn men into work mules for the women. Yeah. That was the communists who figured it out.
And here's the thing. Let's assume everything Elena said is true, because it pretty much is. But every individual man says, oh, I have a little bit of Ubermensch in me. I can beat them odds. It'll work out for me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but Steve, and that's why I say
to destroy you.
Well, and this is why I say it has to be that the default answer is don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Because, okay, even Elon Musk, who is way smarter than anybody on your screen here, IQ-wise, he's been divorce raped multiple times. He's stuck his hand in that meat grinder and then stuck it in again and then again. Okay? Just because you're smart doesn't mean that you're not going to make mistakes, that you won't be the one to get destroyed. Because, frankly, the system is bigger than you.
Okay, so for you smart man, it's like there's a busy street out there.
Can't hear you again, Steve.
We can't hear you.
There's a busy street out there. You have to get to the other side. So you're going to sit on the curb and you're going to watch the flow of traffic. And
Frogger.
There, it's Frogger. Yes, there's a dump truck goes by, and after that, there's a bus that goes by. But you got to jump out in the middle. Okay, I get out this far. Oh, dump truck didn't run me over. Oh, now I got to jump back here. Oh, I didn't get run over by the bus. I think I'm free and clear. Some little ass Fiat comes and just plows into me at 70 miles an hour, and I'm fucking dead. You know what? You can avoid the major things by listening to guys like us. That doesn't mean you're free and clear, because something you didn't think of is going to come and kill you.
Oh, modern marriage. Marriage today is a game of Frogger.
Pretty much. But okay.
Yes.
Nick.
That's hilarious.
What's the best way to beat Frogger, Nick?
Not to play.
Thank you. Don't play the game. And again, that's why I say it has to be the default answer.
Yeah.
Oh man.
The MGTOW has to be the default answer for men.
Mm-hmm.
And when men choose to go off the reservation or go jump into that road, then you have to say, okay, guy, here's all the things you have to look out for. And no, we don't know all of them because there's always new ones being invented. Okay.
Yeah.
But
You got
now
the money muscle. Hey, he made the first 3 lanes. Money, muscles, gang. Do, 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 do. Okay.
I've played
Yeah.
Frogger twice and died. Now I'm smarter. So I'm going to go play Frogger again. And I can avoid all of those pitfalls of the first 2 times I played Frogger.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve. I don't see you
Yeah.
playing Frogger.
Well,
But there, you know what? I still want a woman, but I just haven't found a woman that's even worthwhile.
So you're saying you've been run over in Frogger enough that you're just not sure you want to jump out there in that lane again, huh?
If I encountered the right woman, I might dabble. But it's pretty damn easy to not get an attraction there or not even consider it. Because damn, what do you got out there? You got the floozies, you got the fatties, you got the dummies. Yeah, okay. No, not going there.
Well, and okay, here again. There are so few women out there worth your time, and you're going to be competing with a lot of men for those few women. There was growing up, my brother had a friend, and he eventually married a really good woman. They married young. They're still married because she's a good woman. They have kids and a family, and they're living the lifestyle.
It's all to it.
But well, that it's like, and it's great for them. Don't have a problem with that. But she's off the market. She likes her guy. That's it. It's done.
Yeah. The good
what's
ones,
left?
they are already taken and they stay in their families. The good ones, they didn't. The crazy feminist ones, the ones that are not quite happy with their marriage, they are LARPing on social media. They are seeking their external validation, the plan B. Like, okay, if their man fails or somehow he doesn't
Oh yeah,
feed
and she
into
doesn't have a
delusions.
she doesn't have a social media profile. either.
Right.
Plutarch and
she's-
Elena. That works now. There's no guarantee for the future.
No, I know. There's the risks are still there. All I'm saying is that of the women, of the quality women, of which there are a few, they get married and they stay married because they tend to stay married because they're quality women, or they haven't been proven to be non-quality women yet. Okay. And the moment that they do, like, okay, this woman that I have in my head, thinking of in my head, like, okay, I think she's a quality woman, but she ever divorced, I'd be like, ew, you're an uggo. I wouldn't touch you with a barge pole.
Mhm.
Okay. So like, it's like she can do that, but then she becomes uggo.
Well, here's the other aspect. Okay. Plutarch and Elena been married for close to a decade now, or approaching that. And it works. And you don't for a minute think, as a man, oh damn, I found the unicorn. I'm set. I can just coast. It's all gonna work out. The minute you think that, it's all downhill. You can never find the perfect woman. It's always an effort. You have to stay on your task, your mentality. You have to maintain the frame. You got to keep doing it. And if you keep that attitude, knowing that there's always a risk, I cannot relax. It may continue for till you're dead.
Frogger.
Hopefully will. But the minute you relax and let down your guard and reduce the boundaries because she doesn't want those boundaries. Yeah, that's the moment that the clock starts ticking to the demise.
Elena is not a unicorn. In fact, I often say that her halo is held up by two little devil horns. Don't I, sweetie?
Yeah, sure.
Right. Yeah, okay. She looks like a good woman. She behaves like a good woman. But there's a little bit of the devil inside her, too. Sorry,
I'm
guys.
a woman. They call all women.
That's the answer. She's not a good woman.
Every time
She's
I say
just a woman.
It's like demons.
By the way, Elena, 4 clips we need to have where Steve start talking about, the street and seeing the busy street, and then clip it when, about Frogger. Be a great clip.
Oh, and then do the one where I said fatties or floozies, fatties,
Uh-huh.
and dummies.
Well, floozies, fatties, and dummies is what's left over. Basically, we've created a system where over long periods of time, the good women get sorted out into marriages and the not good women get sorted out into, I don't know, email jobs and complaining on TikTok. Like men are
Even
still
Barbie.
sorting.
Even Barbie got.
Yeah.
Apparently, Barbie universe wasn't good enough. She had to leave
Well,
and go on a journey.
typical woman.
It's after she reinstated her rights in that Barbie land. She got her constitution back. The government was on her side, and she was still not happy.
And she went on a journey.
Went on a journey of finding herself. Yes. Like no matter how much women get, it's never going to be enough for them.
There's no limits.
Mm-hmm.
There's just no limits.
Boundaries. I love boundaries because they keep us sane, and I think that women should embrace the restraint that men are imposing on them. But good luck convincing women.
No, you don't convince women.
Yeah, well, I mean, you just do it to them.
You just do it.
Yeah, you just do it to them.
Well, and here's the deal on just do it.
Mm-hmm.
If men don't do it, the world will. Nature will. Reality will.
Yeah.
So it's just that when nature and reality do it, it hurts more.
Mm-hmm.
It is more painful for the women. And that is what it is. My job is not to rescue these women from their fate.
Yeah.
Your job is not to play Frogger.
Yeah, pretty much. Men, it is
I
not.
can't get over that. I'm sorry.
Men, it is not your job to save these women from their fates, from their bad choices. It's not. You don't need.
You don't save them from their own bad decisions.
Yes.
Right. Do men need marriage?
Women need to play Frogger.
Women don't like that game for some reason.
Hey guys, for our
the
audience, this is the way we come up with concepts up around here. One of us starts ranting, and the other one can then say, "Oh, you're playing Frogger here." That's how we discover things. Nick gets credit for that. I triggered the thought in him, but hey, this is why we make a good team.
Yeah. Well, and this is why I see women, the thread wife, the church ladies who preach morality. They never they never want to change anything. They don't want to solve anything. They hide behind. I did call out one lady. She thought that she wasn't engaging in a political debate, and yet they are preaching, they are promoting a certain lifestyle to women. They're trying to convince women that marriage is a good deal for them. They're like, look, ladies, instead of your career, just focus on these things. Your husband will give you so much more. They don't say it directly, but it's implied. You can get so much more by being a wife, by being a mother, than by pursuing your career. So your husband technically would have to compensate you for what you could have done for yourself if you pursued your career. He has to be your slave, and he has to give you this princess treatment that you deserve. Then otherwise, why to bother marrying?
Well, I think we've probably beat this one to death at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do men need? We need oxygen, water, and food. Shelter is pretty high on my list as well. I like being warm and dry. What do I not need? I don't need sex. I enjoy it quite a bit. I don't need it to survive. I definitely don't need marriage, especially since women are offering sex without marriage for free. I mean, why would I, why would you get
now,
married?
okay, darling, now they will say that, well, if you don't wife us up, you are not going to get any sex.
No.
You can say that all you want.
Yeah,
But
like
reality.
porn is out there,
No, not even. No, not there are women who will offer up sex for a dinner or
Yeah.
less, or a kind word, as we used to say.
Well, I'm
Or a
talking about
stern
like
word.
these thread wives, threadcon women who say like, you ladies should have standards, don't sell yourself for a meal, no sex before marriage. And I've seen this message from
Oh,
simps as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
They
You're gonna
say
see
that, but that's like 5% of women. The other 95% of women are going to give it away to get a man when they want a man.
Yeah, true.
So
So it's that's never going to change.
you do not need. Okay, strictly speaking. Now I'm not talking Christian ethics or anything like that. Strictly speaking, particularly in this modern feminist era, a man does not need women or marriage to get sex. Like you do not need marriage to get sex in this culture. You can get sex for a word. Okay. So when you hear women trying to say what men need, women are not saying what men need. Women are saying what women need men to need.
Mm-hmm.
What do I need? Air, food, water, shelter. I can be pretty content on very little. I would like to have electricity and a computer because I've always enjoyed computers and what I can do with them. But I could live without it. I have before. Like,
There's two more things men actually need:
okay.
purpose and
Yes.
a goal.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it is. And in fact, men can have, my purpose is to play video games. My goal is to get good at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, my purpose is to pursue this hobby and I want to learn about that. And my goal is to become proficient or an expert or whatever. Men are doing that right now. Without women, men still pursue some purpose. Or, it's not necessarily a good purpose. My purpose is to try a lot of different drugs and see what they do for me. That's a
Or
purpose.
try a lot of different women.
Yeah. Okay. That's still a purpose. Some purposes are not good, but a man still will find a purpose.
And I would go so far as to say this. Men, a woman cannot be your purpose.
Or women.
Yes.
Children can be a purpose, but a woman, no.
Yeah. Okay. Primary, secondary. We got to come up with those concepts here.
Yeah.
Children can never be your primary purpose. They can be
Yes.
your secondary purpose.
Yeah, that's why I said it can be a purpose.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But we have so many men who've turned themselves into plow mules for their children.
Yep, I was one. Well, I had a purpose, but yeah.
Yeah.
But a man can have a purpose, and a woman can choose to destroy him. So he has to retool that purpose or find another purpose, which is kind of sad. Oh,
Yeah.
Right. Painful.
It is painful, yeah.
And a lot of work.
Mhm.
I mean,
I-
go ahead, Nick.
my purpose was to be a pastor, right? And
Mhm.
preach the word of God, counsel people, be them on their deathbed in the hospital, marital counseling, be there when they had problems, crap hit the fan. I enjoy doing that. But a woman can totally destroy your image if she's a supposedly Christian woman, right? Take your kids. I had the purpose to raise my kids, be, godly children, fearing the Lord. Guess what? A woman can pull the rug out from under you. She can press the detonator. Now, I still have the purpose to teach people, still have the purpose to tell people the truth. Actually found able to counsel not so much women, but now more men that just have been utterly destroyed by this system. But my
So,
purpose has
Nick,
been retooled.
maybe you're actually accomplishing that same purpose more now than you were then. No, you're not
Sure.
talking to more people, or maybe you are with the internet. Maybe you're talking to more receptive people. Maybe you're having a bigger impact on the world and people's lives now than you were as a pastor. It's kind of different, but
Yeah.
you'll only find out after death on Judgment Day. Yeah, did you still accomplish your purpose? Was it a greater purpose after the trials and tribulations? Well, we'll find out.
Story's not over yet, guys.
Mhm.
Still a lot more fight left ahead, isn't there?
Yep. War is not just one battle.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
just
war is not
don't
just one
trust-
man.
Don't trust what women say, because they will. We already see how they adjust their message and their narratives, and they notice that. And you know what? The primary actions, because men act, women react. It's been always like that. Women are followers by nature. So who is acting? Well, the black pill guys, the MGTOW guys, by disengaging, by not participating in what the system wants them to do, by not giving women the marriage, by not giving women the children. They are forcing women to change and start LARPing and doing all of those things.
Yep. Hey, but when it comes to simps don't act. They let the woman act and they react.
They react.
How do you know if you're a simp? You're reacting to a woman.
Yeah.
Well, have we
Pretty much.
gone long enough on this stream yet?
I know, guys.
we
and
have.
we were talking about the rackets and the science, and
Yeah, I derailed a little bit.
Frogger. Men Frogger.
And then
Another
Frogger.
Yeah. I know, right? Well, it was interesting. It's just not something that I have vast knowledge at. Anyway, I hope that everyone enjoyed today's live stream. I certainly enjoyed this conversation. Thank you, darling, for showing up today, for waking up.
Yeah, somebody woke me up this morning.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. I kind of, yeah. I was.
And now
I
she
didn't
gets to
expect you to show up. So
now she gets to deal with cranky tired.
well, I'm tired too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this season is just tiring. Anyway, guys, enjoy your weekend. Remember to please like, share, and subscribe. Join the Resurgence of Sanity. What are you doing, guys, on Wednesday?
So Wednesday we're gonna do. We're calling it like free for all. You can talk about whatever the three of us can talk about whatever we want. I was kind of thinking maybe do a little bit of year in review kind of type stuff. It's like where did we start the year and then where did we end up? Because I was thinking about that going, this year in many ways went how I thought it would, and in some ways didn't. I don't know. It's our last stream of the year because we stream on Wednesdays, and of course Christmas Eve is a Wednesday and New Year's Eve is a Wednesday. So we will not be streaming on those days because we will all be with our families, which is as it should be. But you can talk about anything. You guys, I don't know what the other two are going to want to talk about. We're not planning anything. If anybody wants to show up and talk about something, you can ask questions of us in the comments, or you can even pull up to the StreamYard. We'll put a link out there for you guys. I can pin a link to the chat. So yeah, I mean, I might bring up a few things demographics related that are some new data's come out. I might like year in review, cover some, do some updates on some stuff that we've talked about before. We'll see. I don't know what Nick and Steve are planning on.
I'm not planning on anything.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, well, interesting. Yeah, join the Resurgence of Sanity on Wednesday at 5:45 p.m. Pacific. I'll be there after my Pilates class. Okay. And then, yeah, we'll see you all next week. Take care, everyone. Do you have any final thoughts? Anything you want to add?
Nope.
No? We are done here? Okay, cool. Well, like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you all next time, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Tell us what you think about Barbie. I did say it was going to be a call-in show, but I didn't see anybody wanting to call in, so I didn't bother with sharing the link. Anyway, if you have some thoughts and observations about this movie, drop a comment in the chat or in the comment section down below, and we'll see you all next time. Okay, take care, everyone. See you soon. Bye.
We've really got it all, and you couldn't ask for more. So sit right back and watch Elena shave a 3 or 4. Elenasbarre, Elenasbarre, the best place on the internet, the very best by far.